It is the final proving ground. A trial by fire that puts the worthy and wanting alike to the ultimate test. Each team must run the final gauntlet, where one moment can spark the rise to greatness, and a single misstep can bring it all to ruin. It is the International.
355 days have passed since we crowned the champions of TI8. OG have enjoyed their year as champions, but it's time to do it all again as we welcome you to Shanghai for live coverage of the International 2019. Players are getting ready, fans are getting ready all around the world. We're getting ready right here in Shanghai to bring you this coverage as well. Everyone's super excited, as you can see. All the players are just about getting ready inside their rooms as well. And we have a tsunami of games coming your way, which incidentally is kind of why... Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Is that really? That's really what you're doing,
I went with the dad joke earlier. I thought it was good. Hey, we get to open TI9, dude!
I could
How
not be more
excited are
jazzed.
you on a
dude.
scale of like 1 to... oh my God.
I'm fine. I'm
So I
fine.
woke up at 3. I was like a kid, you know, Christmas, you know, when you go to
I do
bed,
know
Christmas
Christmas
Eve, you're
Eve.
like, I can't sleep. And then I know if I wake up early, Santa won't have been. I kind of did that last night.
Gaben's always watching. You know, he knows if you've been nice or
Uncle,
not.
Uncle Gaben, absolutely. He does, doesn't he? Yeah. I can't wait today. We should explain, actually, what this channel is all about.
What are we doing here, Red Eye?
What are we doing here exactly? Good question. This is the multicast channel, or as I like to call it, Dota Zone.
Red Eye, you know this isn't rehearsals, right? We're live. You know we're live.
Dota Zone.
You know we're live, right?
Is that not...
No. No
Okay,
one,
look, if
no
that's
one
not
likes
working-
that.
Okay, Neil has different tastes, it's fine, we're all unique people. If you have slightly different tastes, that's fine too. Maybe you can come up with a better name. We'd love to hear from you. If you do have a better name than Dota Zone.
Hear from
It's
them
not
where?
working. Tweet us. Use the hashtag #TI9. Make sure you're following the official channel, of course, at Dota2. Stop, Neil. Don't tweet right now. You don't need to.
Was garbage.
If you've got a better idea, let us know. Use the hashtag #TI9. Tell us what you think instead of Dota Zone. It's a great name. I love it. Or you could do it on Facebook. You could also do it if you don't like Twitter. You can do it on Facebook as well. We've got the official channel over there. It's got 4.7 million fans. I think we can get over 5 million by the end of the day. So go ahead and do me a favour and make sure you're following the official Dota 2 Facebook channel. Or if you'd like to abuse me in triplicate by telling me how terrible Dota Zone
That's
is, which
what
it's
I'm talking
not,
about.
you could do that on Instagram as well, which is also the official channel at Dota 2. I think Dota Zone, it works. It doesn't work. It doesn't work, does it?
No.
Okay. We're gonna move on and talk about the groups.
All right.
I'm super excited to see these because it's
Two groups.
2 groups.
9 teams a pop.
Absolutely.
18 teams competing, and there's some stakes in these groups.
Yeah.
This is not just like a group stage for as a
Not
formality.
chill, like just have a bit of fun, 4 days.
This is cutthroat.
Yeah,
Teams are getting eliminated.
Yeah, 1 team from each group. If you aren't aware, if you're just joining us for TI for the first time, welcome, by the way. We'd love having you because we know that there are plenty of new people tune in for TI every year. This is the group stage. 9 in each of the 2 groups. 1 team, however, will be done at the end of the group stages. So you don't want to finish bottom. You don't really want to finish 5th to 8th either, because that means you're in the lower bracket of the main event, which means you're in the round 1 best of 1 death game, which we love, but they hate.
But finishing top must be great, right?
Absolutely. But what you really want to do is you want to finish top 4.
Okay.
Because if you finish top 4, especially if you win the group, you get to choose who you play in the next round. So, for example, and this is on the screen right now, if you were secret and you won Group A, you'd get to choose either Evil Geniuses or OG.
Okay.
That's not much of a choice.
I'd say those odds are pretty good.
I don't like the odds there, but that's okay. But that's how it works in terms of the group stages. So there is a lot to play for. I'm not sure we learn a huge amount about team. Because I was looking at this, 5 have gone on to win TI after winning the groups.
Okay.
But that's almost as many that haven't.
No.
So
I'm
the
not
odds aren't
seeing
really-
I'm not seeing a clear trend there.
But you've still got to get out of the group. That's the first.
One step at a time.
Absolutely. Try and get out of the groups and then figure it out.
Right.
Right. Do we learn anything from the meta, though?
That's the most exciting part about whenever TI starts, because these teams have been in hibernation, you know? You haven't seen them for a while. They've been balance matches. They've been boot camping. who knows what they're going to come out with. And sometimes, if you come out on the top of the group, you've got a huge target on your back then.
Right.
Everyone wants to know what you're doing. Everyone wants to know how to beat it.
Yeah, Newbie were a bit of a sleeper, TI4.
Quiet.
Just about got out of the groups, just about got into the upper bracket, just about got through.
Even,
Suddenly everyone was like, hang on a minute, how did they get to the final?
I think last year the team that won...
they kind of did that too.
They kind of did that too. And boy, they carved their name out.
They
OG
did.
coming back to defend their title.
Absolutely, yeah. Any dark horses for you this year? Everyone has their favourite, don't they?
We do.
Pick out one where they go, oh, I really like the look of this team.
Yeah, well, I
Got
mean,
one?
obviously the go-to easy option is Secret. Secret's been dominating.
Yeah, not really a dark horse though.
No. If you want dark horses, I'm going to Southeast Asia.
Okay.
I like TNC.
Bit tipsy?
TNC, that's the one.
I like that.
They're quiet, you know.
Yeah,
throughout the season, they were kind of.
Yeah.
But then Heen came along,
Exactly.
former TI winning coach, and then look at them coming back to the top.
The Bill Parcells of Dota.
You gonna go with American references here?
I'm just playing.
So Dota Zone, Bill Parcells. If I wanted Kyle on the panel, then I would ask for Kyle.
Damn, man. That's so brutal. Let's take a look at today's games for you. We've got 5 sets of games on each of the 4 streams. We'll start off with Stream A, our featured kickoff game. There's another US reference. Secret versus Alliance. We'll preview that one in just a moment as they're getting ready, of course, for the opening of day 1 here at TI9. The other 4 matches on your screen include Virtus Pro, Royal Never Give Up. We give our first taste of them after they came through a tough Chinese qualifier. Also get to see Chaos and Liquid in action, which, by the way, could be Liquid's. It's a milestone game potentially for Kuro because he could become the first player to win 100 games at TI. He needs just one more, so it's either in this game against Chaos or at some point today.
And he'd be winning it against Matumba, man? Okay,
yeah, that
okay.
would be interesting, wouldn't it? We've also got Secret Liquid to, end the day on a high on Stream. And that's just Stream A, right? So Stream B, let's take a look at that one and show you the 5 games we've got over there. That one also features a bit of Liquid as well. That's got Liquid versus Nibit. In fact, that's the first game of the day. So that could be Kuro's 100th win if they beat Newbie.
Calculate the permutations. Yeah.
Vertebrae Ninja Pyjamas also get to see them in for the first time. See PPD's boys in action on that stage against Virtus Pro. Traditionally his bogey team, it has to be said, but nevertheless, a good matchup between those. We also get to see the SEA clash between TNC
That's
and
what I'm
Mineski.
looking forward to.
EG versus Navi. Bit of old school Navi. They're back at TI again for the first time in a few years. No Dendy on the team for the first time ever at a TI, by the way.
Well,
when Navi have appeared.
As a player.
We
got Dendy around. Don't worry about it.
PSG also in action for the last time, actually, but on Stream B, because they're featured over on Stream C quite a lot, actually, as we'll take a look at our 3rd stream. You can see they open the day against Chaos Esports. They're also in action against their fellow Chinese team, Keen. We'll also see last season's champions, OG, going head-to-head with the Peruvians from Infamous, playing in their very first TI. A number of rookies, of course, throughout the different teams, not least of which also in Alliance, who take on Chaos Esports on the final game of Stream C. And if you fancy a bit of Stream D, there's also, that's right, 5 games on Stream D. So a total of 20 matches on day 1. And don't forget, these are all best of 2. So actually, potentially, you've got 40 games to... You can't watch all 40 games. You can't do that.
But you can get close.
Which is why I said at the start of the show, it's a tsunami of games.
This is the most exciting time of the year to be a Dota fan.
Gee, I kind of like... You enjoy it, but you also kind of... It's one of those where you're like, I want to watch... but there's that one. No, I'm going to watch this one.
That's
No,
why
I'm going to go back to that.
They're in the right
but
place.
Guess what? You're in the right... Because you're going to do that for us. You're going to be super fan Dota Zone presenter.
The multicast is what we're going with.
Right.
And that means that you are in the right place if you want to watch every single game. You want to keep the blood pumping the entire time. We're going to be switching between game to game. If you want to settle down in one stream, don't worry about it. You can go to stream A, B, C, D. You can watch the games in their entirety.
Stay here.
Stay here, though. Stay with me. And we'll be able to watch all the action.
I like that. I'm so hyped, seriously. I'm going to go back. I'm already ready to go and watch.
People say that this is like Dota Christmas, but I think this is more like Dota Hanukkah, because we're giving you gifts every single day of this week.
That's so good. I should also mention as well, my fellow co-hosts will also be here throughout the day on day 1. I'm going to open up things in the morning, because basically I can't sleep anyway. I was up at 3 a.m. I genuinely was. Woke up at 3 a.m. like it's Christmas morning. I'm super excited. So I'm doing the mornings because then that obviously calms me down for the rest of the day and just fall asleep. At lunchtime, however, Shiva will be back here at lunchtime to recap the morning and with Neil and go over what's happened so far, what records have been broken, how do the groups look right now, what's going on with all the teams. And then this evening, Mr. Campbell himself, Mr. Rich Campbell, the rookie of our hosting team, we love him really, he will be here for the evening to wrap up the entire day. And then for the next 3 days, we'll each take a day each. So you'll get a little bit of all of us, so don't worry about who your favourite hosts are. We'll have a little
It's
bit.
Rich.
Our favourite host is Rich.
I'm
We're all
biased,
Rich
I'm
Campbell
biased
fans,
to the
basically.
facial hair, and he's got the mustache.
Did they shave you, by the way, in the end? To get
No,
your
no,
mic
no,
in,
I
or-
didn't let them.
Okay,
They were
buddy,
asking.
I was worried for you.
I
was
know. They were
worried.
bringing
I
the
thought,
blowtorch, and I was like, get the hell away from me.
It's bad news,
I
bad
know.
news. While we're waiting for our first game of the day,
Okay.
right? How cool were the qualifiers?
Dude,
Like, it's an event almost on their own.
It
Like, I watched
is.
the Chinese qualifiers. I was just like, holy Moses! There's so many good teams.
Because there's only one slot this year.
Yeah.
Every single region only got one slot, which is a marked difference from previous years, and that's what made it so cutthroat. I was, I'm a North American, so I was staying up during NA times. I was watching Newbie, formerly Forward Gaming,
Yeah.
but they're under a Chinese banner at a Chinese TI. I think that's going to be very, very good for them.
Yeah. Okay.
That was what I was biasing towards. How about you?
I'm intrigued to see how Royal do.
Okay.
Because I watched the Chinese qualifiers and I was just like, wow, there are so many good teams in here, right? And then when you look at the teams that go out, you're like, hang on, did STREAMC... Wait, he didn't even qualify? What the hell?
Did Ferrari,
Yeah, it's
former
like-
TI,
exactly,
what is
it's
he
like
not
Ferrari's-
doing here?
I didn't even realise he was still playing. Like, how the hell is he here? So it was a real surprise to see the way that it shaped out. But it wasn't in a way, because you just look at it, it's such a competitive region. So
Yeah.
I'm really intrigued to see how they get on. There's a lot of hype around them because they've come out of a tough qualifier, but they've been nowhere all season. So it's difficult to kind of judge them too much. But then
Yeah.
you've got Keen as well, who were like early on in the major, just kind of, these guys, I don't recognise all these guys. They're kind of like a mixture of old eHome and IG and VG guys. I know all these guys. They're all good, right?
I love the journeys whenever they make their way through the minor to the major, because
Right.
they're not even on the radar.
No, exactly. It's
and they show
fantastic.
up in the minor and they win the minor. You're like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
this
I mean,
might be
Vici
something
did that,
new.
right?
Vici did it.
Vici, won a minor, then won a major.
Alliance are here because they got second place at a minor.
Absolutely.
And so all these opportunities that the lower tier teams are being given, it's leading them to great success.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will look at it and just go, Alliance, Navi, yeah, great. The whole they're back memes thing, whatever.
El Clasico.
El Clasico. It is an El Clasico, right?
It is.
We want to see them play each other,
wanna
even
see
if
it.
they are completely different lineups now. But I'm not going to talk about that anymore because we are almost ready for our first game of the day. Our kickoff match that we're going to, carry on that whole Dota Zone thing it's a thing. Trust me. It's going to get.
What is it? Give me the game. Give me the game.
It's Alliance versus Secret.
Alliance versus Secret.
Alliance versus Secret, so it's kind of like a little bit of old school Navi versus old school Alliance, because Loda is the coach.
I see what you did there.
Puppy's over on... See, that's where I was going with the whole...
Okay.
El Clasico is
I'll
kind
give
of
it
like
to
an
you,
El
I'll give it
Clasico.
to you.
As you can see, Alliance getting ready in their room right now, because obviously they're playing at the hotel. This is the traditional thing that we do
Yes,
at
this
TI.
is
every
the
year. We
group
start
stage
off-
thing, but
Where's
don't
the
worry.
car?
The grandeur will come soon enough.
Yes,
We'll
it
ease
will.
you into it.
Yes, at the Mercedes-Benz Arena on day number 6 here. But for the first 4 days, we are in the hotel with the players, obviously playing through group stages. Secret also getting ready. You can see the coach Sunby just in the background there. We'll be talking through final moments, I'm sure, with his team. They'll have a plan. Well, he almost dropped the plan, but I think he's got a plan.
Puppy
And
as-
they'll be getting ready to move towarws their first draft.
As
of the
calm
day.
as I would imagine, dude has been to every single TI. This is just another day at the office for him.
Absolutely, yeah. It's funny, actually. I know Kuro's not in this game, but he's playing in his first game against Newbie today. Kuro's played 173 games at TI. That's a record right now. Puppy's on 171. So at some point during this event, they might play with each other. They might go... What? Secret might go deeper?
That's
Maybe. And then therefore he clocks up... So maybe one of them gets to 200 by the end of the tournament. That would be fun.
What a legacy, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's insane when you think how...
The only two players
The only two
remaining
players ever left.
to have been every single TI as a player.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And S4, by the way, is also on the verge of a record. He needs 6 more wins to move into 3rd all-time at TI.
Wow.
Behind, yeah, you guessed it, Puppy and Kuro.
Imagine that. 2 TI winners. Okay, fine. But S4.
But there's a fun stat. Kuro likes records, right?
Yes.
So he also has the record at TI, as he does in professional play, of playing the most heroes.
Yes.
So he's played 51 different heroes at TIs, which is more than anyone else, right? But he's also got a record which I don't think he wants, which is the most deaths. I'm not. Can we rename that?
Yeah, I'm not branding it as deaths.
Can we call it Mega Assist?
Yeah. Space Creations.
Space Creation. That I like. He's at 1800 and.
Tactical smoke breaks.
I think it's actually. I did write this down. He's had 1,817 assists.
Wow.
Which is insane. I didn't write down how much. That was bad.
And
Oh
this
yeah, I
was
did 967 deaths.
And this was a
sorry,
player-
assists. Support. Space Creations.
Yes,
He's had
that's what I was looking
967
for.
Space
And
Creations.
this was a player who wasn't even playing support the entire time.
No, he wasn't. No, he played. I think he played core.
Once
actually.
upon a time, he was the core.
Yeah, I think he may have played the first 2 TIs as a core. Maybe.
Whereas Puppy is cruising along as support the entire time.
Yeah, he's had he's mixture of 4s and 5s, but he's basically been a support the whole.
But the big
whole
brain
way
captain
through, so.
also the entire time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's on 1,646 assists in second place. So there's plenty of records that we're looking at. One of the fun ones, actually, that I really am looking forward to get broken. And this will get broken. There's no doubt about it. STREAMC currently leads the way, despite the fact he's only played at 4 TIs with 900 exactly kills. And he's averaging more than 10.9 per game at TI, which means
Better have made that as your
during
prediction.
the group stage, he will break 1,000. But he's not alone, because Rezo is just behind, and Somnus is just behind him. They're within 30-odd kills. Like, STREAMC's on 900,
The most
Rezo's on
bloodthirsty
876.
of each of their regions, CIS and NA and China.
Kind of a little mini
You know
side
who to be
fight,
scared
right?
of.
We're focused on the group stages, obviously. We're focused on the teams, but there's some nice little side stats going along, which I quite
That's
like
the
to
beauty
follow.
of being in the 9th year of a tournament like this. They have so much of a legacy behind them.
Yeah, indeed. Why don't we take a look at some of the other teams right now getting ready for their first round
Speak of the
games.
devil.
Liquid, right now, there is the man on 99 TI wins, going up against Newbie for their first game of the day. So they look quite chilled, don't they?
I would hope so. Newbie,
I mean, they're expected to win that one, Liquid.
Yes, I would hope so.
Yeah. To start on the right format. And
Correct.
I mean, you never want to start that. We should also explain that Group A are going to play 3 games today. Group B will only play 2. So it's really important for the teams in Group A to put some points on the board, even if you end up with the whole one. Because I hate saying it's best of 2. It's not really best of 2. It's 2 games in a series.
Sure.
Because you can win both, get 2 points, or you can lose both and lose both points, but you can also at least draw. Like, you've got to come out of day one with a couple of draws, at least.
You got to do some experimentation also.
Yeah.
You got to figure out, get your feet wet,
That's
see
true.
what
Yeah.
strats of yours are good. Maybe against the teams that you don't favor as much, you go a little bit more wild and think what you can get away with.
Yeah, that's a good point as well. Liquid notoriously do draw a lot in the group stages. I always
recall
worry
that.
about them a little bit in the sense that, not that they won't get out of the group. I have no doubt that they'll get out of the group, but they could end up in that lower bracket if they're not careful. They've got to be very careful. in this group.
I think they want to stay on the cusp where it's like right between that 4th and 5th place kind of thing, where you're not a big enough deal that everyone's like, oh, I got to worry about Liquid. I got to worry about all of Weeha's here. I got to ban his Wind Ranger, his Visage, his Meepo, all that stuff. You just want to stay quiet, and then once it comes to main event, that's when you unleash the beast.
Yeah, absolutely. Newbie going head-to-head with Liquid, their room right now. Getting ready. Obviously, brand new kit. I like the new tops, by the way. This is the first time some of the fans at home will have seen these new tops.
That's why Newbie needed to sign a team that made these things, and they were like, someone needs to wear this.
Yeah. They're different from the normal newbie tops. They're kind of special for this TI, which a lot of the teams have done, actually. Virtus Pro amongst them have got a polar bear.
That's right.
Changed from the polar bear to a panda bear.
I saw that.
Which is really cool.
And then they changed
they've also got the Chinese names on the back of the shirts, which again, I think is a phenomenal thing to do. Really, really is super cool. As you can see, though, Newbie getting ready. It's a very different looking Newbie. I know that for you, if you've tuned in over the last 8 years,
more American than I remember.
They are a little bit more American, has to be said.
And this guy doesn't. This is the wrong letter of C's. I saw C and C.
There's a C missing, and there's an N in there, and there's an S missing.
Yeah.
There's S, C, 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 and C. I think he should have changed his name.
I'll buy his perfume anyway.
He should have been SCC and C.
SCCCNC
for this event.
China's last hope.
Yeah.
I like it.
But as you can see, they're getting ready in their room as well. 5 matches for you to follow through the first set of streams across 4 different streams throughout the day. So 20 matches, potentially 40 games, because they're all series of 2s
and this
as
is
well.
Just day 1.
And that's just day 1. I mean, that's why it's so intense, isn't it, in group stage? I don't know how these players cope with it. I love it from a fan's point of view, but so tough.
I can't imagine, because even like on day 1 for us, it's exciting on the later days, because you're like, oh, this tiebreaker might happen. This team might eliminate this team, and all the permutations start happening. But for them, every single match is critical.
Yeah, absolutely. And for more so than others, let's recap the groups for you and show you the 2 sets of groups. In fact, let's take a look at Stream A first of all and show you the matches that we've got coming up. As we said, Secret versus Alliance to kick things off here on Stream A. But also see Vici Gaming in action against Royal Nevergoa. Always a good clash between two Chinese teams. The style, the meta is very Chinese orientated, and also against Vici, it's a great test for Royal Nevergoa straight away because Vici are double major champions from the season. Which I have to say, now I was not expecting this season.
No.
They're silver for a reason. We had this meme going on for a while last year where they kept finishing second.
I remember
and then all
that.
their teams finished. VGJ Thunder finished second, VGJ Storm finished second, then the main team finished second. Everyone's just like, gee, like Christ, guys, how can we win something? And then someone pointed out, hey, why don't you change your logo to gold? Maybe you'd win something.
So you're saying
they
that
jokingly did for a while? They actually switched it. They were like, hey, we're going to go gold now.
So you're telling me that Evil Geniuses should have changed their color to bronze then?
Well,
Because I saw a lot of third places for them this season.
There is a bit of third places. They also, by the way, have the record for most third places at TI.
Really?
Yes. Which is like...
It's a dubious honor.
Yeah.
I mean, it's consistency, though.
It is consistent. Let's take a look at Stream B and show you which games are over on our second stream. There's your 5 matches of the day. EG amongst them, of course. They'll be playing Na'Vi a little bit later on. Back at a TI for the first time in a few years, since 2016, in fact. And for the first time ever here, without Dendi on the roster. It's going to be a very peculiar kind of look to the Na'Vi team. Intrigued to see how
Still
they get
a good Na'Vi, though.
I think this is a good Na'Vi.
It's very, even though during the season, like, CIS has been a very, very weird region to read. Much as
Super
how
competitive,
China,
though.
Exactly. And so a lot of people thought that Gambit was going to be, that logo was going to be there instead. But they lost to Alliance in their cutthroat match at Epicenter and then just kind of crumbled in the CIS qualifier. But so far, every single player that I've spoken to say that Na'Vi has been good. They've just not been able to get to an event. But every single time they're scrimming, every single time it's in these qualifiers, they're putting up a really good fight.
We've also got the SCA teams in here as well. TNC versus Mineski, always a good derby.
Yeah.
But TNC seem to have the upper hand this season.
That's what I see.
Feel like they started well at the start of the season, but they kind of tailed off.
Yeah, I think that's a victim of the Southeast Asian region as much as we see Fnatic here as well. Fnatic had a pretty strong start at the season. And you come around here and they don't even have the full roster that they qualified to TI with. They ended up replacing one of their players and now they're coming into this TI fresh. And I mean, maybe that's the change that they needed because they were not looking good toward the last few months.
They were struggling a little bit. Also, last year's runners-up on Stream C today featured twice. They're also on the other stream as well. If you fancy a bit of PSG LGD action, they're in action against Keen and Chaos. Two very different teams, actually, for LGD to go head-to-head with. Keen, obviously, from their home nation, they know an awful lot about them, and most of their players as well, they've either played with or against over the last few years. Chaos, though, proposes I don't know how you rate Chaos. It's very difficult. I feel like they're the kind of team that might not make it out of the groups, but they're also a team that might finish top 6.
Whenever I was watching the EU qualifiers, I was just like, okay. I mean, they went to this region. They got lucky that Alliance made it through the qualifier gatekeepers because Europe has been the most dominant region this season. So many teams qualified directly that all of a sudden the qualifier looked pretty easy, and a roster that you can just slap together maybe 2 weeks before you have to go through qualifiers ended up making it here to TI.
Yeah, it shows that you can make it from absolutely anywhere. Our final stream and our final 5 games on screen for you right now. We'll start off with TNC versus King Gaming. Great opening game, actually, for both teams. Both of those teams will be looking for the 2-0 early on to kick off their TI in the most positive way that they can. OG versus Na'Vi, also there as well for their opening matches. Secret Newbie, Vici Fnatic, and Keen versus Mineski.
I'm
It's
sure
your final game on Stream D.
A lot of people may be watching this and they're like, well, the defending champions are here. Shouldn't they be favorites? But OG didn't have the best season to their whole year either. They had some roster changes, but then
and they've ended up back where they were.
Yes,
12 months
it
ago.
it's a cycle. Ana goes on cooldown after every single TI.
He does, yes.
And now he's back, and OG's been in top form, but still, they have a long road ahead of them before they want that second Aegis.
Yeah, there is a lot. And we should explain to you as well, actually, as we take a look at the groups again for you with 9 teams on either side of the groups, that no team here and no player here has ever won more than 1 Aegis Championships.
8 years? No one's won
8
twice?
years, different team.
What?
Different set of players every single year. And if this year it turns out to be a Chinese team that wins, it will be another brand new team.
All 5 players?
All 5 players.
Oh,
so
man.
that's it's one of those where you're like, oh, maybe the gods have set it up here. Maybe Lord Gaben himself has decreed that actually no one can win 2.
I believe it.
I thought the problem was with 3.
No.
I thought that was the problem.
No.
But maybe it's with 2.
More than 2, less than 4.
Right, but that's CG.
That is EG indeed.
No, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. That's what I'm
1, 2,
familiar
EG,
with.
4, 5.
That's
That's how I count.
That's how I learned in school.
Yeah, absolutely. I learned that as I was going. As you say, very competitive groups, and as we've already said, one from each of those two groups will not make it out. So let's talk about that, the pressure.
Yes.
Because it's not for everyone. In both groups, there are 3 of the top 6 teams in the world in both sides, and there are 3 former winners on both sides as well. But there are some newer teams here with newer players. What's it going to be like for them stepping into TI for the first time? I'd imagine because they're in the hotel first time, maybe it's not quite so intimidating.
Right.
But it's still TI.
It's
They want to
still
win
TI.
every game. There's a lot of pressure for them.
Yeah, especially I think Infamous is the most obvious team whenever you think about that. South American representative. It's only the second time that a Peruvian team has made it to TI. The tug of war between South America goes between like Brazil and Peru, and this time Peru got it back. And so I think most of the time, a lot of teams are just very happy to be here. Their qualifiers are cutthroat, and making the opportunity to come here means that you get a pretty solid prize, just even for getting last place, because making it here is a big honor in its own self.
Yeah, but tough for them to get out of the groups, though.
Very tough. And
the other group?
the other group's harder to read for me.
It is, isn't it?
I don't have a clear bottom runner, back runner.
Right.
So I'm kind of leaving that one open to maybe day 2 predictions, I think.
All right. I'm not pushing for ultra predictions. It's impossible when we've not seen any of the team.
Oh, okay, then Secret. Secret definitely bottom of the group.
Fine.
Yeah, they're eliminated.
Definitely
They're out.
Secret
They're
bottom of the
gone.
group. There is one team, however, that has played between the last major and now at a competitive event.
Yes.
And that's Alliance.
Alliance.
So I want to talk to you
Well,
about it because
some
it's
of
unusual,
some of it is
right?
competitive.
Okay, loose in the loosest sense we can call it that.
Right.
But it's unusual, isn't it? Most teams normally they have this big gap between the last major or the last big tournament and TI. It's sometimes anywhere between 4 and 6 weeks. And we don't see them play. We don't know how they're going to play. And they do that on purpose in some ways, in that they don't want to let any of the other teams know. And I feel there's a few sleeper teams in here. I feel like, sure, we've seen the best of Secret. We've seen the best of Vici Gaming this season. We've even seen the best, maybe, of Liquid as well. I don't feel like we've seen the best of Virtus Pro. I don't feel like we've seen the best of OG. I feel like they've been a little bit sleep.
Yeah.
But okay sleep. Like, as in, like, we're fine. We're just plodding along and we'll get to TI and then we're going to come out.
Sometimes it's a good thing, though. Every single time that OG was considered to be the top dog going into a TI,
always
burned
lost.
out.
I think that happened at TI5 and Secret were on a row. I think they won
Exactly.
6 events in a row.
I mean, Secret has been such a good team for so long, and the best place they've ever gotten at any TI is 5th/6th place last year, which is crazy.
Best result.
And so you'd think that a team that has been so dominant for so long would be so good. Same thing with Virtus Pro. Dominating previous DPC
Never better
seasons.
than 5th, 6th.
Sorry?
Never better than 5th, 6th.
Never
either.
better than 5th or 6th. That's crazy for a team like that. And so that's why they were my prediction to win this TI, but that's just because I think CIS, they deserve the Aegis again, I think.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's
I mean,
been a
TI
long
won.
while.
This is the only one they've won
Pretty
so
much.
far with Na'Vi. So maybe it's time for a second one. Let's check in with a few of the other teams and look around. This is over in Team Secret's room right now. They're just going through.
Secret for me is going to be
final replays, maybe.
Of the enemy team, of course.
Yeah,
Or maybe
probably,
his eyes just like, man, I played such a good Pudge this game. I'm going to watch that all over again. And that's why I'm excited
You
to
do
watch
that regularly?
Secret.
No.
Oh, yes. One of my favorite things, if I ever play a Broodmother game and I just completely dominate the other player, I will download the replay and I will watch it from their player perspective.
Okay,
Just
so
so I
you
can watch
can
their
see how
panicky
they
right
suffer.
clicks. Exactly.
I like that.
And then I just sit back with a bag of popcorn and I'm like, God, I'm good.
That sounds good to me.
man.
I should do more of that.
Dude,
it doesn't. I don't really make other players
Heals
suffer
the soul.
that much. So.
Oh, no.
Yeah, when you play 5, actually I play 6.
Oh, so you're suffering.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, wow, look at me, plant those wards.
Yeah, no.
Can't really look at the opposition from that because they're going to go, wait, that's a sick ward, dude. Doesn't really work.
No.
No.
Unless
So
you're Puppy. I've seen him play some pretty slick Quelling Blade wards before, but
Yes.
it's
Yeah,
not as flashy.
No, but it's as flashy as a 5 gets.
Exactly.
That's flashy for 5s, dude.
And then
I mean,
the 2 players that we were mentioning with all these stats, they were 5
they're
players.
5s.
So-
They are 5s now.
Now. And that's why that's what you carry your team to success with. These captains.
We should talk about this first matchup then, because we're not too far away from kicking off now. Alliance versus Secret. It's a tough opening for Alliance, but in a way, I think probably better to play Secret first, do you think, rather than later on in the tournament?
Yeah, I think mainly because Alliance are trying to get a handle on things like we had mentioned. They had played recently, and Loda knows his team very well. This is a team that a lot of previous rosters would have just shuffled after making not as many results, but Alliance stuck through it. Loda knew that there was potential with these boys, and so even though we saw them playing Summit, I see Insania just like chilling with us, playing codenames and stuff like that. And I'm like, shouldn't you be like prepping for TI or something?
He's chilled.
He's chilled, and that's why I have a lot of confidence in Alliance. think that it's a Europe on Europe region as well, and Alliance moving up means that Secret may have even been scrimming them and consider them worthy partners. So
the Secret start this is the hot favorites.
Yes.
They have to start
they
as hot
have
favourites.
to.
Are they needing a 2-0 out of this, or can they get away with a 1-1?
They can get away with a 1-1 if they play weird heroes.
Okay.
If they're playing the cookie
So if
cutter,
they're testing, you mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I want to see some like Yapzor Luna. Luna's getting so many buffs because we have not seen these teams play on this current patch yet. There's been some DEF patches, and now a lot of heroes got buffed, and we're seeing what may emerge. And I think that Luna is one that's been kind of creeping up.
I like that.
So that's what I want to see.
See a bit of four Luna.
Exactly. But if they lose, then I'll give them a pass. But that's what I want to see from them.
All right, that's what he wants to see. Do let us know via all the social media channels what you'd like to see. We're going to take a break here in Shanghai, but when we come back, we will be getting underway for day number 1. Don't go too far away. The start of TI9 is just around the corner. A very warm welcome back to Shanghai for live coverage of the International 2019. We apologise for the delay. A couple of things to iron out. One of which is this man's just like he lost it. Basically, it's fine now. It's fine. It's
This is
okay.
my first TI, Paul.
It's okay.
I'm not ready
I've got
for
you,
this.
brother. I've got you. Seriously though, we did have a few local LAN networking. I don't understand the jargon, but it's some cables thing. But anyway, it's fixed now. We're all good. We're ready to go for day number 1 with 4 streams hitting your screens. You can follow them individually on their streams if you would like, or you could just stay here on Dota Zone with Neil.
The multicast.
Or multicast, whatever you want to call it. We're going to start things off with Secret versus Alliance. That's going to be our kickoff game here on the main multicast. I can't say it. Liquid versus Newbie if you want to go and watch it on stream number 2. PSG LGD versus Chaos on stream C. Just to confuse you a little bit more. And TNC versus Keen will be on stream D. So you can follow this individually if you'd like, or you can stay right here with this man. Why would you go anywhere else with this beard? And he will guide you through a mixture of all this. You're kind of like dip in and out, right?
Yes.
You're going to be like, oh look, there's looks like it's going to be a rampage. Let's go to that game.
We want to keep things interesting. We want to make sure that you get a taste of every single stream, every single region, every single interesting team. So we'll be jumping around. And so if you want to watch the entirety of a game, you stick to one of the streams. You want to bounce around, you stick around here.
Stay with us. Stay with us right here. And stay with our opening commentary pair for your opening kickoff game as we join Owen and Fogged.
Baited.
No, we're just kidding. We're actually live.
Okay, apparently we're live. Hello, hopefully you can hear this and see us, and if you can, give us a smiley face in the chat. I'm Odie Pixel, I'm here with Fogged, and we're getting ready for day 1 of the group stage here at TI9. We have some spectacular Dota 2 coming your way, and I can assure you it will be been worth the wait. As the game should be about to start. I'm looking at the lobby chat right now. Everyone's spamming go, 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 go. So we're loading in. The game is beginning, and that game that we're going to be doing ourselves, myself and Fogged here on Stream A, which I believe you will be watching on Dota 2 TI_2. Of course, check out Dota 2 TI_1. Is it I don't know. But there's definitely a 3, 4, and a 5. And 3, 4, and a 5 are streams B, C, and D, where you can catch some of the other games. But of course, this is the game you want to watch. We've got Secret versus Alliance. It's one of the top DPC teams against Alliance, who at the start of the season kind of all over the place, but as of recent, these guys look pretty good.
Yeah, they've stuck together for a long time, and they've had confidence in each other for, over a year, right? A year and a half, maybe something like that. So, yeah, should be exciting. And people are, we're hearing some rumors, of course. We're with all the players that Alliance is looking pretty good, winning a decent amount of games. But we're hearing, scrims are scrims. There's only so much you can take from them, but we're hearing good things. I'm pretty excited to see.
We're seeing good things as well, right? So they've just come off the back of a LAN win at the summit. Obviously, a very sort of different kind of event.
Sure.
But still, a win's a win. It's going to sort of put the fire underneath them that's going to help them potentially do well at this tournament. You know, we've seen them at the big LANs. Last one, of course, being the epicenter major, where they got that great result. They were able to secure themselves the points required to make it to TI, and taking them down and challenging some big teams on the way up. But Secret, it is Secret.
It is Secret.
It is Secret.
It is also not going to start the game just now because I believe we have to rejoin the lobby.
Right, we'll just minor issues. Minor issues. Don't worry, chat.
We'll be back.
This game is it's going to start soon. I hope you're all having a beautiful... but a big shout out, of course, to the people staying up at these crazy hours of the night to watch TI. As I said, I can promise you it will be worth it. We are going to have some great games going on.
Yeah, especially if you like, Alchemist and Naga Siren and stuff like that. You guys are in for an absolute
That's
treat.
what you're telling me we're going to see a lot of Alchemists.
Yeah.
Was there Wim Rangers as well as up there, or you think that's more a pub thing? The Alch thing will transfer into pro sort of competitive games more so.
Yeah, I think Alchemists, we could see some first 2 bans as well, even on the Alch, just to deal with it, because some teams might just be like, I don't want to play versus this. It's really annoying. I think Chen is probably the top one, though, for bans, as for supports. But the big one, of course, was saying, the Naga versus the Alchemist. It's like this farm game. It's going to be a lot of these farming heroes, but teams are also playing very fast-paced from what we're hearing, so... there's a lot of potential.
We're seeing some techies, right?
We're seeing
We are seeing some techies in pubs, but you think that might be something that stays in pubs, unless there's, I don't know, what situation does a team whip out techies?
Dude, Secret's gonna pick techies.
What is a good techies game? I mean, is it? But because it's not. Is it really that hero that you sort of 4th, 5th pick, or is it a hero that you pick early in the draft, right? If you're going to play techies.
I think you can probably pick it early. I really do think Puppy's going to play it in this match probably.
You think that if you're Secret, you're playing against Alliance, this would be a series to try out techies?
I mean, Alliance loves their Storm Spirit, right? We're probably
They
going
do.
to see them do the Storm Spirit.
They
Or
do love the Storm.
they also apparently, we've been hearing a lot of Broodmother, maybe even first 2 Broodmothers from Alliance, but I think
Well, they tried that at the Summit.
They
They tried a second pick Brood,
Yeah.
and they did get dumpstered.
they did.
Well, they didn't get dumpstered, but they didn't win. I can't remember which team it was against, but no offense to the other teams at the Summit, but it's
remember.
not one of the tier 1 teams, and Alliance did lose
Was it
when they second
Pain?
pick Brood. It was probably Pain were playing really well,
I think it was
actually.
Pain.
I think maybe it was Pain that beat them. Looks like we're loading in.
Let's hope.
We're connecting.
Let's hope.
Or
Come on.
we can hear that. We can hear the chat wheel.
They're spamming
Players
chat
are
wheel
in.
already, so.
Players are spamming chat wheel. 15 seconds.
It's not
Getting
looking-
a
it's not looking-
countdown.
It's not looking good.
It's not looking good. Players
looking
connect.
good.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Uh-oh.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. No,
No.
it's never good when it
never
goes
good.
when it has to recount the last 3.
Uh-oh.
That's not how numbers work, but it is here, and we're back. The game will be starting soon, but obviously you're blessed with having me and Fogged here to entertain you. Don't worry, I know half of you are telling us to just shut the heck up and get on with the game. That's fine. I would also be doing the same if I was at home in Twitch chat. I would be shouting at the casters. So please
We're gonna
continue
keep
to
trying.
shout at us.
But we're going to keep trying.
I mean, why are we? Maybe it's us.
I don't think so.
Do we need to do the? We need to put the launch option in.
Let's see if anyone else is live. So I do think one of the games did make it through, it looks like, at least when I go on Watch tab.
Do I think we restart?
Maybe.
Restart and put the launch option in. Maybe it's us.
It's not us.
I think it's us, dude. I think you need to have that launch option in.
All right, let's do it.
Maybe it's us.
It could be. I don't think so.
I don't think it's us. I blame. Who do we blame?
How do I even do this again? You gotta teach
you
me
go
these things.
properties.
Oh yeah, I remember now. I
and
got
then set launch up, and then you put the secret code in.
it. Yep. What's the secret code again? Yeah, I typed it right.
You gotta do it quick though, because they're gonna start the game. Yeah, the game is starting shortly. Of course, there's other streams on. Maybe those games have begun. Maybe they haven't as well.
I did see, like I said, Watch tab. I saw the TNC game. It looked like was
Oh no!
starting.
Oh no! That's not a good screen to have.
That's not good. Oh, what have you done to me?
I've just opened it.
I'm gonna erase the secret password thingy
Yeah,
again. And let's just go back.
That doesn't actually work. Okay.
But yeah,
Don't
this-
worry, minor issues.
Yeah.
Anyway.
This should be fun, though. This should be... I know people are probably looking, they're like, Secret versus Alliance, easy 2-0 for Secret, but I do think that... I think Alliance can definitely outperform what people's expectations are, and I'm really excited to see what they bring to the table after such a long year. Of just getting better.
Yeah, I mean, would you say... who did you predict to win, TI? Who was your...
TI, I put...
Who did you put?
I mean, I did put...
Was it Secret?
I did put Secret.
You did put Secret, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I had Vici,
I mean, well,
and then I swapped a lot. I swapped so many times.
What makes... We've had years before where you would have put Secret, right, as to win it, and then things have happened, and they've really not won it. They've not performed. What makes this year different?
This year, I just feel like they've shown so much consistency throughout the whole year. Like, even not even just like... Remember how, like, what was it, last year... Was it last year? I'm losing a little bit of thought right now. But when they peaked too early, right? They just peaked super early, and then the rest of the year it wasn't really the best, and then they didn't end up on the best foot. This year, they've been hot the entire year. They always seem to just be bringing new metas to the table and everything too. So, yeah, I think this is a little bit of a different thing here for Secret this time around. And Nisha has proved time and time again that he doesn't like feel the pressure too much.
No,
I've seen him bleed, but we're in.
We've got a draft.
Let's
we have a draft now. Yeah, but no, the time's not ticking yet.
Yes,
So
it
it
is.
is.
We're good.
It is.
Don't
Everything's working. We've managed to get rid of whoever was not letting us load the game. There it is. Wow!
And we're in.
Ladies and gentlemen, TI9 has officially begun.
Oh,
On the schedule.
And look at that.
On the schedule. Anyway, so we have Alina Ban.
Spicy.
So this is already a little bit different from what you, ladies and gentlemen, probably used to be seeing in your Dota 2 drafts, at least in terms of regular first phase bans. Shadow Demon, you can see more likely in there. It is the Techies ban. You said it yourself.
Puppy's been spamming.
Yes, he's been
Techies.
playing a lot in pubs. This would have been the series to try it out, and Alliance are not going to let him.
Wow, look at those bans too. They take out all spellcasters. They take out two of the biggest supports that we've been seeing, of course, for the last month and a half or so. And then the Lina. That one's kind of cool here. So this looks like, I see this Enchantress and Techie's ban, and I think this is like, we don't want to get pressured super hard by any of these heroes. Because carry players hate playing versus Enchantress, and then we see the Alchemist as well taken out. So this, the Kunkka pick, that's a prep for the Brood. 100%, right?
Well, they know that Alliance will pick it in the first phase,
Yeah.
and as you said, if you open it with a Kunkka, you're not going to Brood.
Yeah, it's
if Alliance do it, it's not a good move.
It is the
you
I
cannot
think
pick Brood.
I think it is the best hero versus it, just because it solves every issue. It gives
It's
you the
got
catch, it gives you the clear,
Is
it
it, the
gives you like
is it the
everything.
best? I probably would say, yeah. In terms of all round.
All
Is it
around.
covering around and dealing with the spiders, dealing with the hero, keeping people alive when they're getting gone on. You've got the rum. Yeah, I'd agree. It's definitely got to be the top tier sort of don't pick Brood against us.
It's like Brood, what we've been seeing is that Medallion, Soul Ring, Aghanims. So the mobility is insane, right? But Kunkka, mobility won't matter.
control.
You're X, you're gonna, So
Let's have
let's
a
see
look
what they do.
They're going
Ogre.
to slide in an Ogre to start.
And is it the... Okay,
And the Willow.
So
They
this is
do
a
like the
pressure.
Willow. They've continued to pick it throughout all the patches. Obviously, aspects of the Willow did get nerfed, but still the patch to patch constant buffing of Bramble makes this hero so good. Having that very low cooldown, at least comparatively to what it once was. I mean, you can get so much use out of it in the early stages.
I'm a big fan of the Ogre and the Willow, too, because you both kind of complement each other quite a bit here. Like, you have these disables that also work well, and also Bloodlust on a Willow is also pretty strong in the laning phase and stuff like that, and you pack a good punch.
Well, the question is as well of what this, for the viewers out there, is this the Ogre being played by Boxy as the 3?
That's what I would think.
However, this isn't your support combo.
I think it still could be, but I would lean heavily toward that being Boxy's Ogre. Yeah.
Okay. And then we have Secret. They'll drag in the Dragon. A Jakiro, second pick brought up.
All the spells versus Willow, they hit versus Willow.
Yeah.
It's really
you need
nice.
That. Because sometimes you can end up in a lineup where she goes to the Shadow Realm, you've got nothing to follow her with. But Jakiro, you've got that covered, and of course, great setup and great combo with the Kunkka as well. A lot of AoE team fight spell casting between the two of them that works very well off one another.
And a super strong laner. That's the one thing. Dual Breath versus Ogre and Willow, very annoying. Ogre's attack animation can be a bit slow. So that's, it's always going to be nice to at least protect in that. And they do, so we do see these bans coming out. They ban the Slark still, even though they have the Kunkka, which traditionally can be pretty good versus it. They still don't want to play versus that. And we see Alliance take out Naga. Makes sense. There's a Jakiro, right? The easy combo setups. And we were mentioning before the game started how popular Naga, Siren, and Alchemist really are becoming.
And I kind of like the Jakiro as well, because I think if this Ogre is on the off lane, maybe it sort of says, hey, well, if you're playing the Ogre in the off lane, you kind of want to get away with those situations where you can sort of slip into Midas. But now you're kind of like, well, we need someone that's going to be building pipe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need someone that's building items for the team against a hero like Jakiro is just going to offer that sort of crazy amount of magical damage once he hits the 6. Now Ogre might feel, I've just got to farm a hood and pipe for the team instead, rather than getting away with going for something greedier if it is Boxy playing it on the off lanes.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen a lot of those type of builds. We've seen people go back for the Midases even anyway.
Some people do get it later on.
Yeah,
that's right. And some of the other bans coming in, the Slark ban. You have this Kunkka lineup, and Slark of course can benefit on the people not dying very quickly. You get the opportunity to get a lot of essence shift stacks up. The Dazzle ban, so it's showing that Secret are assuming that the Ogre's more likely to be the 3. And one of those more annoying supports to play against for sure. And of course, one of those heroes that we have seen in the mid lane being played still by some of the teams. And but both ways, just an incredibly annoying hero, whether it's stopping you from getting a kill or whether it's in that mid lane constantly spamming you with Poison Touch. As there's the Oracle.
Yeah.
So we're Secret certainly on the right lines with banning the Dazzle, that sort of saving support that Alliance are so accustomed to.
I actually think I would have preferred them to ban the Oracle, because Oracle traditionally versus Kunkka was one of the big picks that people did like, because you prevent all of the damage from the magical. You just throw a Fate's Edict, the boat gets absorbed, the Kunkka, the Torrent gets absorbed as well. You have a disarm. It's just a really solid hero versus Kunkka and Jakiro overall. So they get away with that one, and it's one of Insania's most played heroes.
Yes. Oh, there's your favourite.
Yes.
All the Titans in.
My first TI game here, and we get an ET.
And again, I mean, I'm sure you can tell me why this is great, but already I'm seeing just additions to the combo, extra ways of shutting down a Dark Willow, making sure that her life's very hard. I mean, for both of these backliners, right? There's going to be a constant spirit, and they themselves picking the Kunkka, saying, well, you're not going to pick Brood? And then maybe Alliance like, oh, well, okay, smart one, Secret, we can't pick Brood. But then maybe Alliance forgot, Well, Secret, they can still pick Brood, and they do.
They do not have heroes to deal with Brood right
And that's
now.
dirty. And
that is so dirty.
Don't worry, this first game was delayed, but we're going to be back on schedule because this game it could be over, right? For this, as you said, they've got one pick to deal with the Brood. How?
These heroes do not deal with Brood at all. The lane's going to be rough as well. They have no clear for the spiders. And we've been seeing the spider builds. You know, they get the spider damage and the spider. That's way later on in the talents and everything too. But just this lane already here versus Death Prophet. Like, we've seen the way the Brood Mothers are played. For people who haven't been able to get a chance to see it, it doesn't even matter really too much about the lane. Sure, Kunkka was one of those that deals with it, but Brood just gets like level 3, level 4, level 5, whatever, and you just go to jungle and you out farm whoever you're playing against in that lane.
Alliance is Mickey's hero. What carry can help, or at least provide some sort of chance for you against this 4th pick Brood in a lineup that doesn't have any other answers? Are you picking someone with the cleave? Do you have to go for something a little bit, a little bit out there, like a safe lane Legion, just so you have some sort of nuke and catch yourself? I mean, what do you go like? What do you do if you're Alliance with this 5th pick?
You might have to put something else in the mid lane. Death Prophet doesn't have a good time versus Brood.
But then but as you say, then you're forced to DP side lane, which does not feel good.
Oh my goodness, I don't
does
actually
not feel good. And there's every chance the Brood's just going to move to your lane if you start trying to slide around the map like that.
It's tough too because you look and a lot of carry heroes are always you're put off because you're an Elder Titan. So you're already like the way natural order always works against you is really strong.
You want to strengthen? I mean, is Sven just obviously you have the cleavers? Is it just too slow to play a Sven?
I think it might just be too slow.
Because it is something that Alliance are very good with.
Yeah.
Can they go for sort of the reverse cheese? Does a Huskar work in this game? Can you sort of focus on crushing the other lanes quick enough that maybe a Brood's game isn't as potent? You've at least got something yourself that has the potential to spiral out of control.
Maybe I'm worried because the big thing is like the middle three. The middle 3 heroes, you just get eaten. Dark Willow, Oracle, and Death Prophet, you're gonna just get eaten unless you have some crazy ways to protect. I don't know.
What do you pick here? I mean, we'll see what Secret themselves consider the best hero for Alliance.
I think
with this final ban.
I see the Void ban, and sure, like Void works so well with Secret's draft, but it's also one of those that could be good versus the Sven too. So that's where I'm kind of leaning toward the Sven.
Maybe they just go the way of the Sven.
But
it's not going to be an easy game at all for Alliance with the way that Secret's managed to slide in this Brood.
And I think it's been Midway's been practicing a decent amount too. I was looking through his past games, and he's played it a couple times this week. Yeah, they banned this.
I think as you said, it's not necessarily amazing, but it's a hero that Alliance are very comfortable with.
It protects
It would have been a safe pick.
It gives them the war cry at least to like get away from those spiders, because so these supports are just gonna die to spiders in some of these fights. One torrent, one ice path with like an army of spiders, and they're just gonna get melted.
What do you pick here? I mean, Secret themselves, it's as we say, looking at these 4 heroes to 4 heroes, it's very much a draft in Secret's favour. What else are they going to do to close it up? Oh, that's dirty. They're throwing an arc as well.
Wow.
Oh no. That's a terrible way for Alliance to wake up this morning, isn't it? Right, we're going to play against Secret. Okay. They're going to pick Brood. Oh, okay. They're also going to pick Arc. I mean, this Secret, they're here to win. This is, this is no time for clowning around. This is TI. Secret's turning up. Brood, Arc Warden, first game of the day. Good morning, Alliance.
So what? This is offlane Kunkka. We've seen Zai do that in a bit,
yeah,
right?
Zai Kunkka.
So they have like 4 heroes. 4 heroes that kind of put pressure on Brood. Puts pressure pretty quickly too.
And then they've got an Arc as the backup plan.
Yeah,
I mean, it's very likely with this Arc doesn't need to do anything this game, but if they need a backup plan, it's there.
He could get ran out a bit in the laning phase. That's the one thing I'm looking at. I think the Ogre and the Willow can put a decent amount of pressure on Arc Warden. The thing is that they have a Jakiro there too, who is going to be able to put pressure counters. So Alliance, you got to pull something out here. What is it? Okay, so the Tiny versus... So that's going to be the mid, right?
No, it's Mickey Tiny. Koifa's still going to go mid on DP. Maybe they will swap the lanes.
I think they might swap the lanes.
You think they might swap the lanes, but still... It's a hard game for Alliance. But
we get this beautiful...
We do. He's got the Tiny set. I mean, that's what... You feel like you've lost the game. What can you do? You can at least look good. Look good whilst you're losing, Mickey. This slams. But
let's see what they...
Can they do it?
Can they do it?
This is... If they can turn up and beat this sort of lineup from Secret with this sort of lineup from themselves in the first game of the group stage, they are going to feel on top of the world.
Yeah, they do still have... They have the Oracle and the Death Prophet, right? That combo is still very strong because the heals, the bonus that you get from it on the protection, but... It's just this Broodmother that really just changes everything. Yeah. So, yeah, Mike, you're going to have a pretty solid time to make sure that mid one doesn't spiral out of control and just feed off of your supports that do not like playing versus Broodmother. Willow's not the worst, I guess, because you at least have the Realm to protect yourself, but Oracle, Oracle just has no fun versus that at all. No way to clear.
It's a rough one.
And they have at least one type of AoE stun to slow down the spiders going on people, but it's just one. They just have that tiny stun on that avalanche to slow down, and that's their only real the stun to actually deal with those spiders. They have the nuke from the DP, but yeah, this will be tough.
3 wins in a row. Brood, he's sufficiently warmed up mid-one. Last match 6-1-7 as this Brood. What have we got? Some magical stats from Tiger. 4 wins in a row.
Okay.
Only 8 commends in 25 matches. I think that's pretty toxic. Come on, Tiger, you got to step it up, sir. If you're only getting 8 in 25 matches.
Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be... Looks like beside lane, Mickey has mid items. So you have to do that. You cannot put Death Prophet mid versus it, so...
Well, let's have a look, ladies and gentlemen, as we get started with our first game here, at least on this stream, of the TR9 group stages. Secret versus Alliance. Secret, as we say, coming in with the big guns. The Broodmother, the Arc Warden, and Alliance with very little answers.
Dude, this sword is massive on Tiny. I love it.
The Tiny set is pretty dope. Look at these pictures as well. This is nice. Look at this. The episode with the ET. Look at the production value, ladies and gentlemen. There's Nisha. Zai with that beautiful smile.
See already that we've got Yapsor queued up his items. And when we clicked on him right there, we saw he already has the urn ready to get picked up. He's going to go for Vessel. You're playing versus Death Prophet and Oracle. So
this picture is great. Oh, look. Oh, he looks. Oh, he looks.
He's happy.
No, he's.
Well, he was happy.
That's a cute picture, yeah. Mickey, very serious in thought. He's just looked at the draft, and Boxy, he's just happy he's getting to play some Ogre offlane.
Yeah.
He's ready to punch some people and whoa! That's why he only gets 8 command in 25 matches, because he's screaming down the microphone every game.
All right, let's see what we got going on. We see Puppies getting a little bit of wrap around here on top. They're just trying to secure themselves this top rune here. So 2 for 2, looks like. And Nisha will play very careful. So Nisha, he'll definitely get pressured in that bottom lane if they have that dual lane down there. And we'll see how top lane's going to do. I mean, this Death Prophet Oracle lane, not the best side lane.
No, not your traditional side.
No, definitely not. But they had to do this. They absolutely had to.
They've switched it around. They've taken him away from the Brood.
I'm curious how this is going to go in the mid lane, because like I said, we've seen a lot of these Broodmothers in pubs and everything, and it doesn't matter how well you do in the lane, because Brood just leaves, and it's going to outfarm you. So I'm wondering how Mickey is going to be able to just match the pace. Is he going to make moves around the map to try to secure that, to try to make space while the Broodmother's farming, or is he just going to push the tower and then try to get as much farm like that? I've seen people push the tower, and you still get outfarmed. You get the map control, though. That's the important thing. So just watching how these lanes turn out, because that's what Alliance... They double down on lanes when they pick this Tiny. Just to make sure. It's the only way they can.
As we said, we're sort of left with very limited options. So this is their sort of idea of what the best shot at stopping Secret is, and we'll see if it does work out for them.
Yeah. Everyone's definitely starting off to having a little bit of a rough start here already. Not able to get really any of these last hits here. Onto the tower, he's missed every single one, actually. He gets one. There we go. Got one with the spawn spiderling.
Okay, with that very superior damage at the moment, is going to be able to grab the majority of the CS.
Yep, and we see, like we're talking about, they double down on lanes, and right now it's going pretty well in these first few, as Puppy does make his way toward bottom to at least try to secure. But this is the pressure we're talking about between this dual lane.
And a good bit of a go here on Tanisha. One hit away from getting that kill, though. They won't quite find it. Seen Tiger nearly finding.
They don't have a salve.
I was going to say, do they have a salve between the two of them?
They do not have a salve down bottom.
They've got a whole bunch of tangos, but as you say, nothing to quickly get him back up. Not going to see him. In fact, Nisha walks back in, takes another fire blast. He is playing on the edge of his life there, Nisha. But he's fine. He will stay alive now. Puppy turning towards Tiger. Trying for that first bird. Fairy Fire is there. Boxy will be able to fire blast Puppy to at least stop him from getting the spell onto Tiger. And that will keep Tiger safe enough. Tiger himself, he was prepared for the lane. He has brought a salve down, so we'll be back up to full. But still a bit of time where Nisha has to really be very careful how close he gets to the creeps. Not having that salve in this lane. Secret are feeling the heat.
That should have been a first blood there by Tiger. He missed the bramble on the stun. So that's usually the ones that you can land pretty much consistently when you have like some type of setup for the Bramble on there. He does end up missing it. But Nisha does stay low because if he doesn't like reset and come back full, but they don't get the first blood. As we see the mid lane, Tiny doing great, but where's Broodmother? Broodmother is no longer in the lane. She's just jungling and she will do just fine and probably outfarm the Tiny.
So with Mickey in the middle lane, what do we expect? What phase? Drums? Do you still get on the mid Tiny and start running around the map, or do you look to try and get that blink rush?
I think the blink is still better in this one.
I see down bottom,
but it's still possible for him to go for the phase drum. Phase for sure. I think he wants to get phase and just start running around, even hunting, looking into the jungle of the Brood.
Oh, Tiger. He's going to go for the neutral deny. Did try and get that kill, but still not quite enough to get Nisha. Nisha's still able to survive on that safe lane. On very low HP. We'll see up top. Yapsor. Going to give Quake a bit of a rundown. We'll have the Spirit and Stomp available with that Mango. Now, as Quake has got Insania by his side, but if the combo comes out from Yapsor, it may just be enough. He's not going to throw it out. Quake's got the Siphon.
No, he's not even...
Yapsor is still going to try and dive now. He's going to hunt with the Spirit. Will manage to get the connection, or at least should do so.
The salve.
And cancel that salve.
Yep.
Yapsor did have to go quite deep for it. That's allowed Insania to turn around, get the root off. Still not enough damage between Insania and Quake to burst Yapsor down, so Yapsor's not able to get away with those sort of plays back down bottom. Another attempt as Alliance continue to stay aggressive onto Puppey and Nisha. Still not quite finding either of those kills. They are slowing down Nisha's farm though heavily. Only 13 CS down here, but same to be said for Quake, of course, in that top lane. Both of these side lanes getting pressured heavily by the opponent off lane.
Yeah. Yeah, so it goes for the stomp this time around, doesn't quite connect it. He's almost level 3 as well. That's when we see the ETs, you really start to go out of control in the laning phase when you get that extra damage from your Spirit as Nisha.
Yeah, bottom Puppey did have to leave Nisha for a bit. He's heading into the jungle, and that will leave Nisha vulnerable enough for Alliance to claim the kill and get first blood. This time the combo was there with Boxy and Tiger really sort of amping up the pressure onto this Arc Warden. Yep. So these side lanes is sort of a similar story for both teams. It's really about this mid lane. Which hero is going to take over the game? Are we going to see Mickey be able to pop off on the Tiny, or is everything going to go to plan for the mid one Brood?
Mid one has an Midas queued up, by the way, on the Brood, so he's trying to get his farm and his levels going too. As bottom, Boxy.
He's got the stick charges, and that will keep him fine. He's able to duke it out. Puppey not quite able to finish off the kill.
We're seeing that mid matchup thing kind of happen like we were talking about. You see Mickey, he's still at the top of that net worth, but Broodmother's actually out leveling the Tiny now at this point already, just because of that how fast you farm the jungle. But still, like the last hits looking decent for Alliance. They've got this 1k advantage with their lanes that they set up.
The slight favor in lane certainly there for now. Alliance. So the real test is going to be down the line where we start to really see the strengths of the heroes tested. Bottom lane, another attempt onto Puppey. He's able to turn and get the dual breath off, but Boxy's on top of him.
A lot of damage.
Turn, get another fire blast out. Will be able to get the kill and separate himself from Nisha. Nisha now getting stunned up. In fact, Boxy, he's ready to go back in.
He's got Arcane.
Puppey's dead for 5. They've got mana to go, but Alliance chasing down the Arc Warden. Nisha getting clobbered by Boxy as he slaps him down. They'll get both. Alliance on this bottom lane. Tiger should fall for the efforts, but definitely a worthy play there from Alliance, getting both kills on the bottom lane and continuing to heavily pressure the Arc Warden.
And with that death too, Tiger can, he dies, which it kind of stinks, but also at the same time he can come and maybe even like pick up the items and bring everything for his teammate, for Boxy. We see a lot of items actually just dropped at the tower I'm seeing on this Alliance side. They have a Bassi just dropped right there, wards, and also the full phase boots for that Ogre. So they can continue to put this pressure. And we said, this is going to be the lane to watch. We know that what Ogre Magi does. He just runs at you and he will kill you several times in the laning phase. And he's actually gone for the max Bloodlust build too, so he's just going to be punching. That's the right-click Ogre that we've been seeing. Or hearing about.
An attempt onto Zai with the Purifying Flames, not quite enough. Zai will live. Back down bottom. Nisha in trouble again. He's going to get taken out. Alliance get the kill. Puppey is trying to find a trade. He's looking towards Tiger. Tiger has still got the stick charges. Tiger will be able to keep himself fine. Good body blocks here from Boxy. Gets another stun out onto Puppey. Puppey trying to turn the dual breath, but Tiger kiting it out perfectly, keeping himself just on the edge of the range of the spell. There's the Cursed Crown. Puppey dead as well. Alliance.
Beautiful.
Absolutely crushing this bottom lane. Boxy 3-0-2. As the offlane Ogre is 7 minutes in.
That was absolutely beautiful the way they played that. Boxy's little small mini body blocks there coming into play. And I was mentioning how we've seen the right-click Ogre, but I guess it hasn't been... It's been talked about more. They take all the right-side talents, and you go into this like just right-click build. You just actually start doing so much in the fights.
It's too much for this lane of Secret to deal with.
Even early on, just these 3 points in the Bloodlust. You see how fast this hero is hitting, and he's just so tanky. 16 armor. Putting the pressure onto him, even if you have all that magic damage, is tough. And yeah, Nisha, 0-3 already. We said this was the pressure that Alliance has to apply.
Yeah, it's because you look at the other lanes, and even that top lane where Quover's farm is, of course, also being slowed down. Obviously not as much as Nisha, and he isn't feeding, he's not dying.
Yeah.
In that top lane, because you have these 2 strength heroes running at you, he's always going to have to siphon. So it's very hard, really, for Secret to get the damage done between this Kunkka and Elder Time to actually get a kill. And now, in fact, Alliance, they're going to turn and look for a kill themselves. Onto Zide, couple of Purifying Flames with damage from the Ghost. Alliance will get the kill.
And now they can set up to put pressure on tower. There's still Glyph available for Secret, and they're already looking like they're setting the illusions up at least to pull the creep wave, probably, the aggro off the tower. Maybe even catch the next wave. It looks like that's what YapzOr's trying to do, to try to slow down that push a little bit. And we will have that. Mid tower does go down, but it gets denied, which is pretty big there. Actually, for mid one, being able to get that.
See YapzOr going for the wraparound. This time, as you say, he's going to be here to help out. But same thing to be said for Alliance. They've brought Insania in straight away. They've taken Nisha out of the lane. YapzOr goes for the stomp. He's not going to hit anyone. They're able to easily kite it out. Even bringing in that extra support, Secret still unable to keep Nisha safe as he dies yet again.
And it's 7-1 already. Look at this. And this might be some of the lowest last hits I think I've ever seen from these teams, right? 32 last hits at 9 minutes. This is just all about brutality and killing each other, it seems, at this point here, at least for Alliance.
We'll see a bit of a diving down to Puppey. Insania not quite with the mana to get another Purifying Flames there, so Puppey will survive. Oxy also bought low, as this lane now turning into this try-on-try between Alliance and Secret.
Okay, so Mike is actually going to go for the Echo Saber build, so he's just going to have this high damage instead of trying to go for like a blink and catching Nisha. I think probably just because Nisha's been shut down so much, he probably feels like he can just transition it.
He's found himself a freebie. Hello, Puppey.
And now he's going for more too.
They've got the Curse Crown. Nisha's pretty deep behind the tower, but Boxy, as you say, without armor, he could just run straight underneath it, tanking the tower hits, charging in. Nisha, he's dead again. Alliance absolutely smashing the lanes.
And look at YapzOr too. He's getting chased. Mickey, he's got Bloodlust, no mercy coming in here.
Get the Shadow Realm hit off onto YapzOr. YapzOr will live. Puppey comes in, he tries to go for the tree, but YapzOr won't be hit by it. They can still dive. Puppey's TP back into it, but he's still vulnerable. They'll find him with the Avalanche. They're on top of the Dragon. The Jakiro in trouble. Puppey, he's going to go down, have a tree. There it is. Mickey on a killing spree. And Tiger, he's looking. He's hunting. YapzOr will be able to juke it. He'll get himself back out to safety. 10-1 though for Alliance. And 10 minutes in, a 3k lead. They may have... I still do believe they've been outdrafted, but the play and the lanes, it's looking pretty hot for Alliance to start off with. Can they carry this route to a victory?
They're playing it really smart with the pressure because I think they identified, they saw, hey, mid one went Midas. You know, we can just look to put pressure on these lanes. They have an off-lane Kunkka. The responses by Secret are actually pretty hard to what Alliance has when they bring these heroes when they have such a good start in the laning phase. Like, this Tiny is extremely high level 11 with an Echo Saber. Sure, mid one is level 12, but he's not going to be running around looking for these plays just yet, like that Tiny who can just go and walk to a lane. And Secret don't have the reaction to respond to it still for some time. They're going to just go for the farm greed. You see Nisha, queued up Midas as well. They got to try to like stall it out for now here as Alliance have an excellent start for themselves as they can keep this pressure on. Look at bottom, Taiga. He just got Nisha by himself.
Oh my goodness, he will get punished for it, but absolutely worth there from Taiga. As Nisha ordered 0, 6, and 2 in these lanes. Not the start that you'd hope for as an Arc Warden.
I cursed him. I was saying, you know, we've seen Nisha have these top ones. We've seen him bleed a little bit, but he's bleeding a lot in this one.
He certainly is. The pressure from Alliance absolutely breaking down the Arc Warden in these early stages.
Yeah.
Obviously, a hero that can be vulnerable, especially when put in the side lane at those early levels in Alliance. They're perfectly abusing that flaw of the hero.
Yeah, and especially when you're playing versus Ogre. Like we said, Ogre is probably one of the best pressuring heroes that we've seen now from these teams in the off lane, and he's going for a minus in himself on Boxy. They're feeling good. They're feeling very
I think they
good.
know they've got this edge. They want to try and at least be ready to scale. And of course, just value wise, the Midas it just feels bad if you're not getting it on the Ogre. You could get so much value out of it with the multicast. Like if you end up doing the maths, I'm sure the math says buy Midas every game.
We see Alliance said they're grouping up now. They're going for tower push. They have their exorcism available too, and team fight from Secret can be hard. They need Zai to be able to team fight pretty much at all. He has his TP available on the Kunkka, so he can respond to bottom, which I do think he will if they don't see everybody from Alliance set up. But it looks like they are actually bringing 4 now. But we'll see Zai. So the decision is up to him if he wants to try to defend. He hides in the tree line. He's TPing bottom.
Let's have a look, see if Zai can slow this one down. He's going to look for the setup onto Boxy. Boxy's a tanky ogre though, and Quake's already surrounding him. Puppey behind the tower now. He'll turn back towards Zai. Zai getting nuked down. Zai's going to throw the boat out. As Zai, he's in a lot of trouble. We'll get the roam upon him, but with the Purifying Flames, Zai's just straight up dead. They'll turn towards Puppey as well. The multicast is out. Quake with the double kill will die as he does sort of hang around in the Macropyre a little too long, so but he gets a double. We'll let him off. Back towards mid. Mid one trying to put the pressure in, but Mickey's there to be able to fend back the Spider.
He can't even touch the Tiny. Tiny took 0 damage. The 26 armor you have from your Grow. The Broodmother had insatiable hunger, and I was hitting him for less than like 60 damage there. That was actually crazy. As bottom, we said Zai is the only way that Secret can try to defend that one. But Alliance, they were set up. They had their 4 already wrapping around and getting that perfect situation to go for that pressure. They executed perfectly. 3 to 14 already here for Alliance. Versus that Broodmother
and
pick.
A 3k lead. As we said, you know, Secret, they've gone for the greed. They have this Midas Brood. They've drafted an Arc Warden as well. Well, later down the line, things can absolutely still fall into place for Secret. But it's just been a brilliant start for Alliance for them to turn up and get into the game. As we said, the draft, I'm sure a lot of teams in their position would have been a bit, you know, they're not going to feel good after that draft. Seeing this Brood come in into a game where they don't really have answers for the Brood, and there's still kind of the case. The Tiny certainly turned out to be an excellent last pick.
Absolutely.
With regards to being able to put someone in that mid that's going to be able to have an okay time. But Top Nisha, his Arc Ward in this game has suffered so heavily. A 7th death on the Arc. Tiger, again, will be taken down for it. But an absolute worthy play. Nisha at least able to pick it up with his Tempest double.
They gave it to Nisha. He's probably like, I'm close to Midas. That is the only like saving grace for me. Please let me have this kill. Yeah, they know. They need to try to get him caught up back here. He's 3,200 net worth at 15.
So much time that he's been off the map in this early stages. We're going to see Quaifer. He's going to have a little bit of a look into try for the 15-minute rune, but Secret, they've got the numbers here. The ice path down onto Quaifer. Quaifer's got the backup of Insania. They'll turn with the rune. Mickey jumps in with a combo. He looks to burst down Zai. He's got it. Zai's dead. There's False Promise. Keeping Quaifer alive. Stomps out from Yapzor. Buyback as well from Zai. They'll run down Mickey. Mickey's taken out. Quaifer, he's going to take a fair bit of damage. Will be able to heal back up. Can Insania save it? The fear comes in. Tiger with the save. Keeping Quaifer fine. Sending all 4 members back from Secret as they'll get everyone else out of that.
That was so clutch by Taiga, because they would have, if he doesn't get that fear off, it's potential that they lose many more heroes. Not even just Quake.
Probably Insania as well for sticking around trying to save him.
Because Zai bought back, so the X, that long distance build cast range, Taiga perfectly being able to get that save there for his team. That could have been the beginning of the comeback. We do see anyway, though, mid one are still all the way at that top there of that net worth, getting close to that X.
Got a lot of farm. He hasn't had to do a lot so far. Just those 2 kills where he sort of swept round and poked into the side lanes after a brawl sort of came to an end. We'll see if, though, the power of the Spider is still just going to be overwhelming enough to get Secret that victory.
Yeah, scary place to fight as well, too. You're clumped in that area versus an Elder Titan as a Jakiro and a Kunkka as well. You're going to get hit by a lot of these team fight abilities, so that is the one saving grace here for Secret. As Mika, he seems to find mid one here, mid one.
This will be a huge kill. They get the Spider.
Very nice pick off there. Mika just seeing mid one just too far up there with that ward they have. Able to just get that quick combo with that blink.
Alliance just able to kill so much. 17 kills, 16 minutes in.
No slowing
Alliance. That Blink Echo, Mickey can sort of walk around the map, take who he wants. He's going to find Puppey in the trees in. He goes with the combo. Puppey's gone. Mickey just able to have free reign now and get kills wherever he wishes. Nisha smartly moving himself quickly away from that bottom half of the map.
Absolutely. That's the danger zone. You have wards down there as well, so you see them. But the way they have these 3 tier 1s Alliance, they're just running it down, looking to keep that pressure on. Don't give Secret the space to catch back up, especially when the Spider's dead. Broodmother's dead, apply as much pressure as you can on those towers. Alliance.
Pushing in on this tier 2. Able to find these towers. Secret, no interest in trying to meet head to head and go for the defenses. Just trying to desperately farm up elsewhere. Keep the game on track for both mid 1 and and, well, get at least Nisha's game back on track as the Arc Warden, as he still suffers heavily, sitting down at just 5k net worth. Tiger nearly about to overtake him. So here's the cooldown efficiency, pretty good. Yeah. Well, what's 47 seconds time wasted? That is 92%. That's still 47 seconds.
Well, he died, right?
He did die. He was probably dead. That was when he was dead, yeah, for sure. Top lane, Tiger is trying to see if he can play his way out of here with the fear. Tries to hit Zai, so Zai messes up the combo, but won't be the case. Does get the save from Insania, though.
He's getting salved as well.
It's a lot of damage, though. I don't think it's going to be enough to keep Tiger alive. He's back into the Shadow Realm. He is still living, you're right. It was enough with that salve given to him through the false promise. Tiger is actually going to be able to get away, and they ended up losing the Elder Titan. Boxy's been able to wrap around, get on top of Zai. Midkay's jumping in onto the backlines. He's found Puppey. He's on top of the Jakiro, clearing out the trees. Midkay will look to chase him down. Puppey trying to juke Boxy. Does end up finishing off Zai. Puppey will be able to juke his way back to safety, but again, these plays from Alliance. It looked like Tiger was dead. He wasn't.
The salve. Yeah, when you.
I guess it really is that strong because effectively it's double the effectiveness. What's the salve normally? It's what, 400?
Yep.
So it's 800 HP straight up. That obviously cannot be stopped whilst your false promise. So it's enough at this stage of the game.
Yeah,
those,
he got
those sneaky little plays.
I think he also had some stick charges as well that he got off as well, so it was enough. Yeah, I saw it. I was like, he blocked the damage as well from some of the magic as well with that Fate's Edict. So it looked like he was going to, and he did. And now with that, they can put more pressure out. Alliance is playing. They're playing such fast reactionary plays too. It's like immediately when Secret started making that play, they ported 2 heroes top. It was like no hesitation whatsoever. They're really feeling themselves right now in this one with how much space they've been able to make and how much pressure they're applying.
On mid one, he's got the Aghanims.
Okay.
And as we're seeing, he's getting closer and closer to begin poking at that high ground in the middle lane, poking at that tier 3. Starting to force Alliance to be a little more split with their plays, rather than being able to sort of bring the full 5-man to the side lanes for these tower pushes. But, you know, Alliance, they've certainly got so much out of the map so far at this 19-minute mark, taking both side lanes, tier 1s and tier 2s. Just that tier 2 really standing in the mid lane for
just want to give you a quick update. Lucky for me, my job's easy because this game's a roller coaster. Alliance is getting out of control, but just wanted to keep you posted on what's happening on the 4 other streams. Stream B, as we can see, heck of a team fight going on. Liquid versus Newbie. Looks like a war's wrecking shop. Stream C, got Kezu on the Underlord LGD versus Chaos. In Stream D, we got an Arc Warden and some Timbersaw action. So just wanted to keep you posted, but don't worry, we're gonna stick around here for Stream A. We'll keep you posted later on.
With that stomp. And yeah, we see that Vessel is getting closer for YapzOr. It's still pretty far away. He's having a pretty rough game here. He's only 0, 2, and 3, but not having that impact that, you know, YapzOr or an Elder Titan that I would love to see just go crazy. Do.
Secret able to get together and get some pushing done themselves. I'll take the tier 1 top, but of course just not at the same sort of timing that we've seen Alliance being able to clean up these side lane towers. McKay, Axe is
pretty much done.
Pretty much done, and you know, you were showing it me yesterday, of course, that very nice interaction between the Axe and the Echo Saber. Every tree slows.
Yep, every single tree slows. It's always it's a great build. It's just the only problem is that you run out of trees sometimes in the area that you're fighting.
Sure, you gotta make sure the trees are there to go.
Yeah.
We're still waiting for that clutch sort of tiny Nature's Prophet strat.
Toss back. Easy setup there for them to get Puppey. 6k gold lead, and they continue this pressure. They've got all 5 heroes here. You see mid one, he's already like, all right, desperately pushing top. Force some reactions up toward here, as he will push very quickly. He still doesn't have the spider attack damage talent, though. That's the big one that we see.
That's the one where you got to really start looking at your base.
Yeah, you look at your base and you make sure you protect your supports too. As one, boom.
Yeah, Mickey able to clean up so much money. There's the Axe. He's got it ready. He's nearly level 18, where we're going to see him transform once more into the next level of the Prestige Tiny.
My favorite thing that I really like about the Ags is the cooldown. And sure, it does like a lot of damage and all that, but the cooldown is pretty ridiculous. He just dropped it, so you can't actually see it. But it's 12 seconds. So it's 12 seconds, only 150 mana as well. So it actually kind of matches your combos.
But you need the trees.
You need,
You got it. You got to make sure you got them trees.
I love it because it gives you that extra way to combo kill people. Because you stun toss, and then you have the extra.
So much damage in the full combo there. See Mickey? He's going to go for the jump in.
All Secret's here.
He's able to walk out of that immediate combo that was dropped down by Secret. That's the boat gone. They get Tiger. Mickey will be fine as Mickey's able to get out after Alliance sort of go for the jump in and then realize actually we got to get out of here. There's the entire lineup.
Don't don't want to get into high ground versus Secret still. They still have a high amount of team fight coming into play here between ET, Jakiro, and Tonka. It is still a lot. And sure, the Arc Warden, Nisha has been shut down a lot, but he's starting to get back into the game.
He's ramping back up. He's catching back into the game.
Yeah.
And that's going to happen. As you say, if you're Alliance, you have this lead. You take a couple of bad team fights, and then suddenly the game really is in sort of the danger territory we would have expected it to be with these heroes like the Brood and the Arc in play. So Alliance there, they cannot let this one slip away. And to give credit to Alliance, as with their performances of lately, when they've been at these lands, when they've been at the summit, when they get a lead, they rarely throw it away anymore. They're very good at keeping an advantage and not making, the questionable plays. Nice. See Zai, he's been found. Easy pick off for Alliance. So now, he should just send in the Tempest double. Certainly worth easily killing as well.
Easy 240 for Mickey.
But yeah, you have to watch out for any mistakes now if you're Alliance. As I say, they don't make mistakes. This is a refined team that is very good at closing up a one game. Okay,
again.
He's in with the jump. He's been able to toss him back. He's on top of Nisha. Nisha's dead again.
He's dead. They just got Nisha like that. He stepped up way too far.
He's having a rough game. That pressure in the lane.
Oh, Puppy almost goes down to the trees.
As they're just pushing in, they're onto the high ground. Alliance. They know exactly what they need to do this game.
This is their timing to end it. As mid one, he goes in, he gives a poke. He has a BKB on now too, but are available as well. But he's gonna have to commit it here to try to slow them. They've already lost their melee rounds.
See what mid one can do. He's gonna pop the BKB. He's trying to get on top of Quake for the we'll get the stomp out, but Quake was on the back of Insania. Quake for getting trapped back by the X-Man. The boat's down. But they all well just catch the four of them. It's a big one. Allows Yapsa to run in, slap down Insania. Insania is dead. Jump back in for Mickey though. Comes in with a combo. Puppy lines down the ice path to block off Quake for a Mickey. Tiger's on the high ground. Another fire blast down onto Yapsa. They'll turn towards Tiger.
He's back.
Get him out. They'll get the two of them. Alliance, can they get the rest of them out safely?
Nice
Nisha's going to have the Tempest double in place to spot out Mickey. Mickey goes straight for the TP out. Not able to cancel in time. Nobody's in range, and they haven't got the cooldown. So Alliance will get the rest out, but they do lose both their supports, but they've done the structural damage. They get the tier 3, they get half the racks. Yeah, you'll lose a couple of supports for that.
Absolutely. The fact that they didn't lose any of the cores, is all TP out in the face of Secret was massive for them there.
Still keeping this very, very impressive advantage. Now, Alliance, as I said, if they're able to pull this off this game one, I think you've really got to start to consider how far Alliance can go. I know it is only one game, and you don't want to always make so quick reactions, but a lot of people would have already seen the potential of this lineup being able to do this. They've impressed, they've improved, and now here they are. First game of the group stage here at TI9 against Team Secret, against the Team Secret Mid-1 Brood, against the Team Secret Nisha Arc Warden. And in this first 25 minutes at least, they are absolutely crushing it.
Yeah, they're putting just so much pressure. Mid one's about to be level 20, so that's, like we said, that's the big one we've seen on the Broodmother, being able to just get all that damage from those spiders. But Alliance, they're not slowing it down. This is their timing. They're looking to end the game before anything else happens. They don't want to take this any later versus Secret, as they're starting to feel probably a little bit pressured. Even though they have the 7k advantage, they want to end it. You don't want this game to go late versus this Broodmother and this Arc Warden. Here we go.
Indeed.
Mid one will start that split push.
So I was trying to slow things down, but the backup of Insania, they can really keep their Prophet alive.
How fast he's taking that tower as the Broodmother. They have to start setting up. They have to go back. They're losing their racks.
One will now retreat as soon as the TPs do come into play. But that is indeed the power of the spider.
They didn't lose anybody on the retreat here still, though. Insania almost gets caught there by the stomp. Yapster still wants to continue chasing, but Alliance do retreat successfully without losing a single hero from that split push.
And they do stop Mid-1 from getting the racks.
Yeah. But they did commit their exorcism, and they weren't able to actually get too much on this tower. They got 800 damage on the tier.
What is this?
Whoa.
What is this?
Wait, physical?
I'm trying to... What do the numbers mean?
The heroes that teach heroes. Nisha getting gone on as the Mjolnir. He is trapped, though.
In the mid? Anyway,
Nisha's dead.
No, poor old Nisha.
He stepped out way too far. They had vision of it.
It's not been Nisha's game. This is sort of like the dream way for Alliance to start TIs. This is quite the opposite for Nisha. Yeah. 2-9-2.
And look at this. Immediately, they're starting to push that top lane.
Mid-1
just goes for the racks. And they don't have TPs available. And he gets it.
Okay. So this is how potentially Alliance could lose the game. Bottom lane, range racks down.
Can he catch him? He gets the toss back here, but there's a BKB available. Mid one is top the pressure.
So they've got the combo out. Straight away onto Koik, but Insania is there, and he has got false promise if it's needed. He's going to hold on till the last minute, of course. Doesn't want to use it too prematurely. That'll be the buyback from Puppey. Focusing their efforts immediately onto Zai. Can they burst him down or get another X mark out? But they've got the crit swap. Zai's out. Another buyback from Secret.
They got Koik
will fall. They get the snow plant. The combos there from Yapsos. He lines it up perfectly. Insania's beat down. The rest of Alliance, can they retreat? Mickey's going to turn, start tossing the trees out. Won't be enough to kill off Nisha. Nisha's able to stay alive. Boxy's being focused. Mid one with the BKBs on top of the Ogre. Tiger's trying to hide in the trees. But Secret, they found them as well. As this time, Alliance will not be getting out alive. Did cost Secret a couple of buybacks, but they get 4 kills on Alliance. These are the sort of failed pushes that Alliance, they can only afford to really let happen a couple of times. Otherwise, Secret will get back in the game very confidently, and this mid one Brood will have ample opportunities to get the split push on and start threatening another lane of racks.
Yeah. The play that they were trying to do there on Alliance, it looked like they were like, all right, we need to make sure that Mickey is back before the Broodmother even hits the building. So you saw he was set up, and then he can buy boots to travel and come join us. But they didn't get the false promise. Koikfoot dropped. Insania wasn't able to get it. I think he got maybe stunned for like a second there, it looked like, while he was trying to. They get the burst, and from there, it's just a full cleanup there for Secret. And that is something you can't have happen here on Alliance right now. We can't, another one of those, and it could be completely turned. Oh, a BKB? Who was that? Koikfoot?
Koikfoot. Uh-oh. I'm getting a little flustered after that last failed push.
He's got level 18, he's got the level 3 exorcism. They could still just look to group up and go, but they have to make sure that they address the side lane. Don't let mid one push it, because he's aiming for that top one mostly, because bottom still has a full HP tier 1. So that's the one nice thing, you know, that's great for Alliance. At least they have this bottom lane that's just completely untouched.
Oh, this one looks nice. What ward is that? That's a cool ward.
I don't know, I like it a lot.
I'm still going, what were the pictures in the middle of the other one?
I think,
And
I
they
think
look
it was
nice.
just like magical, and then one was physical.
Yo,
One was
what's
just
up,
like a
everyone?
weapon.
It's your
And then
boy
the other one was
Tsunami. Just wanted to keep you posted. As we see in STREAMC, we just see the conclusion. LGD have come out on top against Chaos. Maybe Shadow Fiend just proven to be too strong, but you know, we're still gonna chill here. Relax. But we do have 4 streams if you want to check out B&D, but let's go back to Stream A, Secret versus Alliance.
As far as possible, but Mickey's there with response, and he has the bots.
See how Alliance can get away with this time. Just off the tier 3 tower, quite for now, focusing towards the racks. Boxy gets the good multicast out onto Puppey. Puppey is in trouble, and he's dead. The Ghost will finish him off. They get the Jakira, and that is, of course, Puppey dead for a long time after that buyback on the last events. Quakefer, now false promise. Insania trying to keep him safe. The wheels up to dodge the boat. Mid one trying to focus down onto Insania. Will get it. Insania's dead. Mid one's PKB wears off as he'll now back away himself. Quakefer's PKB is up and ready to go. They turn for the Curse Crown, the Fire Blast. They've got the focus Zai. He's dead without buyback as well. So is Yapso. 3 dead on Secret with no way back into the game. Nisha's in trouble.
Oh my
Elijah
God.
on top of the Nisha's dead for 50. He has got buyback. But still 3 members that do not. Mid one getting tossed up in the trees by Mickey, but will not fall. Will be able to get away. But the racks, no Secret on this top lane in a whole world of trouble as Alliance will push on. They'll get that second set of racks.
Look at this
And
with
now
this DD. Look how much damage he does to this tower.
They can push for the megas here. Alliance in this game 1.
He's just forced to buy back when his timer is pretty low just to try to stop this mega creep push, and they will at least be able to stop that one here. But they're not going to get any cleanup kills on the chase. It looks like mid one, he's desperately trying to get somebody here.
Oh, the trees are out to quickly clear up the spiders. Mid one's got the BKB. Will look towards Mickey. Mickey goes for the TP out.
Mickey.
Won't make it in time though. Mid one's got enough damage to kill him before he's out of there. And now he can look to try and chase him more. Goes towards Tiger. Tiger able to get the Yules onto the spider. Still the little ones are chasing him. He himself has Shadow Realm back up. A TP out as well. Leaves there no chance for mid one to stop him. A Secret now maybe looking for more drastic plays, looking for those objectives to help them get back in. They'll go for Roche. With the Tiny dead, feeling it's unlikely the Alliance are going to be able to contest this. And there we go. Yeah,
There you go.
you're
See,
right. So
magical little orb thingy, and then that looks like a weapon.
I guess, dude, that looks like some sort of futuristic mystic staff, doesn't
Maybe
it?
it is a
Look,
staff.
maybe it's a new item.
Maybe.
I mean, you know, what is this? And the tooth as well, the blade, that looks a little new as well. There's not a blade, but it looks like that.
I like it. Alliance, big game. He does buy back. He wants to be able to stop to make sure they don't get that Roche. Alliance playing this super well here, just all gathered up here around this area. They've got the smoke too to try to get a good positioning for this. Nisha's still just having so much trouble in these fights. He just can't walk in. He just bought a Shadow Blade to try to protect himself.
Being pushed away from the Roshan. Alliance able to make sure that Secret don't get the opportunity to grab that Aegis, at least for now.
They're trying to do the poke thing onto Quakefa, but there's that Oracle just constantly throwing those heals
Look at the
down.
toss back here. Midk's able to get in, grab Zai. Zai's up on top of Boxy, and Zai's
There's
dead.
no Zai.
Another catch successfully performed by Midk. Nisha is going to send the double, and Stania quick reactions there as he instantly false promises himself. Quakefa will move in, take out the Tempest double. Puppey
Quakefa's low.
laying down the Micropire. They put the combo as well onto Insania, but Insania's still alive. Quakefa using up, be able to burn down Puppey with the ghost. Puppey's dead. Midwood tried to go towards Quakefa with the BKB, but the multicast come out. Boxy's got the control. Quakefa finally falls. Boxy turns. He's turning for more. He's trying to control Midwood, but Midwood's already cleaned up Midk. Midk's dead for 107. There'll be buybacks coming out from both Quakefa and Insania. But Mid1 was able to get the big kills there, the big cleanup, as the Spider did prove to be too much in that fight for Alliance to deal with.
They forced Insania to use the false promise on himself there, so they were able to get that focus onto the Death Prophet, with Mid1 having insatiable hunger the whole time. Level 25
back in.
too.
They're still trying to fight here. Mid1 will be cursed crown.
Stomp onto 2. But still just chilling inside of that Roach pit, waiting for someone to walk in.
See what the player's going to be here. He's obviously got these ridiculous amount of webs out. Freedom to roam around the map, but Tiger does. find him
BKB's
here.
up.
He's going to try and turn. Shadow Realm keeps Tiger safe. But look to start biting into Quakefa with the Crimson Guard buff being offered up. Quakefa not under any sort of threat from the Spider.
That was with the pretty much an amazing start there for Alliance in that fight too. They got the toss back and killed Zai before he got anything off, and still the Spider was able to do that because they got wrapped around on top of Insania. We see these swings start to happen because these buybacks.
This is the thing, they cannot afford to make mistakes, Alliance. They may have this confidently, there may be 2 sets of racks up, but Secret, they've got this late game arc and this late game brew. Still, of course, the late game arc a long way from happening.
Yes.
As Nisha's game has just been slowed down incredibly. But this Spider, mid-1, definitely still a big threat.
The Spiders are like unkillable now too because of that talent. So you see them just having that 750 health. It's really tough for people to actually clear them out. And he's got this whole area webbed.
They're starting to poke back on Roshan Secret.
The tier 4s are dying in Secret's base though. They've lost one quite a bit ago, and the second one's down to a quarter HP
They're just
already.
focusing on getting the Roshan, which they will get. But
The
the
fear!
fear! He's in! The Yules! Tiger! Oh, what a
Tiger!
snatch! What a beautiful snatch there! Oh, using the fear perfectly timed as Roshan fell, able to go in, hold Zai back with the Yules.
Dude,
Tiger.
he's so on fire with his Terrorize in this game.
I mean,
look at his tips. You have to.
That's usual. Secret were starting to really come back into it. That was a fair fight for Alliance. If Alliance had to fight into Secret with an Aegis, it would have been a big danger territory for Alliance, but it's not going to happen. Tiger able to make sure that Secret do not get that chance.
Yeah, I mean, that's massive. That sets them up to at least be able to put an aggressive play here rather than maybe being a little bit scared because of that Aegis maybe being on Nisha. Because if Nisha, or even mid one, let's say, Nisha probably, but because of that buyback, but either one of these, like if they wouldn't have been able to focus fire them. Tiger just
Tiger, I mean, it is
big plays.
Oh, you know, you're sort of saying to me the other day, you know, Dark Willow, will we see it? Yes, definitely on these teams that have a good Dark Willow player, and you know, Tiger, he is, you know, everyone knows that he's one of the best Willows in. There's probably a short list of Willows. I mean, who would you name? Tigers,
Crit and Tiger. Those are the
you said
top-
Crit and
top
Tiger
ones
are sort
there,
of the 2 names that really come to mind in terms of teams at least that have been playing it a lot recently,
Yeah,
and doing very
absolutely.
well with it. And these 2 players on the Willow, you've got to watch out for them.
Other items too. We have a couple things starting to get picked up. We see Mickey finishes up the data list, so that's another big timing that comes out after that Aghanims with your tree volley. Quite a lot of damage coming in there. And now YapSword's BKB. So BKB plus Vessel, now he can stick on heroes with the Elder Titan to at least reduce their armor down while the Broodmother as well as everybody else is focusing as well.
See, Alliance, can they do it? Can they close up another set of racks?
Get Boxy with that. All the right talents, that's what we were saying. Ogres only take the right talents now. He's got this 40 strength, high damage as well, and he's just a real big nuisance as he can buff up his team so much.
Starting the fight off.
Nisha.
There goes. See Mickey watching from the sidelines, looking for an opportunity to get a grab. So he's going to TP back. to go for the D push. Mid one was putting pressure on in the mid lane.
He was putting pressure on tier 4. He wasn't even going for racks there.
But Mickey's presence enough to stop mid one from pushing on for now.
Yeah.
Does mean that Alliance won't have the firepower to continue to push on with the remainder of the Ghosts. Just bit by bit, they do continue to take those buildings, take that tier 3 tower this time from mid, leaving the racks exposed.
It's pretty funny. Like I feel like Mid one's just playing in his own game. Secret's like trying
he
so hard
really
to defend.
is.
He's just like running around.
You look at the KDA, you look at the net worth. Mid one, for all intents and purposes, he is in his own game.
Yeah.
He's playing to win at the moment. He's taken himself off the comms. He's just playing to win.
And they're
He's in sort of pub Dota mode at the moment. He just has to carry this victory, look for the round opportunities to win this one.
They're looking for him. They're trying to set up with him with everybody. He just BKB TPs. No funny business. But now, no BKB. That could be the timing for Alliance to push up. They have the Shivas as well on Koifa, so a decent amount tankier when he is going in. As he has been getting brought down pretty reasonably fast, I would say, even when he has an Orc on his team. Was that
I can't believe the spiders,
was that
right?
Spiders that got
it?
it?
Yeah, Mid one just had the spiders in the jungle, and it was heading towards the secret shot.
Yeah.
So Mid one able to get that courier snipe.
Damage coming in. Nisha's starting to pack quite a punch.
Still feeling very confident with Insania just being able to throw these heals out onto Koi for keeping him safe.
Taiga dies with that Aegis for the first time. Mid one able to just bring him down there with a quick hex and the spiders.
Again, Mickey just continue to toss trees in from the sidelines, trying to suppress Secret.
Every single time you see Yapsor throws out a Spirit Vessel, you see Insania instantly dispel it with that Fortune's End off of that Death Prophet. Sure.
Yeah, it's smart. Onto Mickey. A little hard to sort of follow it up though when Mickey's on the low ground like this.
Mid one. Taking a decent chunk of damage there. He does have his BKB available. Pushing Alliance away here, but Alliance is trying to keep themselves here. They are starting to back up as we have this 40-minute mark getting ready. 40-minute mark, we get a lot of fun things. You know, double power runes, bounties coming up too.
Secret definitely still holding on. Despite being down those 2 ranks in Alliance. They're that close to victory, but they're also that close to letting it slip away. A couple of bad decisions and suddenly this Spider is running straight down the mid lane and closing the game up.
Yeah, it's a little bit scary enough for Alliance, right? Because they used so many buybacks in that last instance around that Roche fight. Yeah. They used 3 different ones, and now they're starting to come back up, but they're short on gold. Especially for Mickey. He's about 400 away from it. He's getting closer. They do have to be a little bit careful before those buybacks are available for themselves. Secret, they're trying to get something here.
See if they can find Koifa. Able to get himself into the shadows quickly. Mid one. To avoid the... No, he's going to look to turn around and help out. Realise that Boxy's pretty isolated, but Boxy does have the BKB. Starts to get the multicast out onto mid one.
Koifa's zoning them away here with this exorcism.
They are split up apart here. Mid one, he's trying to go for the backliners, and he is found. He's able to get him with the Hex onto Insania. That is Insania dead for 70 without the buyback. He'll now sweep back over to help the rest of his team. He's looking towards Koifa. Koifa's got the BKB popped. He'll leave Koifa alone for now, but still some good right click being done by Nisha with the Tempest double. Zai continue to juke him out. Zai finally falls. They get the Kunkka, but Zai has buyback. He'll buy back straight away. Mid one, he can look to try and punish these vulnerable targets now that the BKBs have worn off on the course, particularly Koifa. Koifa will have the Ghost Heal coming in soon. Is it going to be enough to keep him safe? But Yapsol with the slaps, the BKB on the outer tide, he's able to finish him off. Another Hex from Mid one. He's able to lock down a second. Boxy's dead as well. They turn towards Mickey. Mickey tries to step the trees, but Mid one jukes it out. Back in he goes. Godlike with the double kill. Mid one getting the kills and playing the fight perfectly. Tiger is also going to die as Secret get the triple kill. Mid one. He really did it there. You saw, you know, he let the rest of his team go to work. He was like, right, boys, I'm finding that.
Dude.
I'm finding that Oracle.
Nisha didn't get hit once in that entire fight in the river. He literally just was sitting there casting everything. Look, 12 Sparklers, 5 magnetic fields.
They have got their buybacks.
Oh my god.
And they are going to need to use them, Alliance. As the mid lane's getting poked at, Boxy. He's going to try and commit, pops the BKB.
They're just taking down the towers. They have to buy back.
You've got to buy back on everyone. This is Secret going for the GG push in. Straight away, they'll turn towards Yapsol. Yapsol getting stunned up the avalanche as well. Yapsol's dead.
Secret just trying to bail here now as they force every single buyback.
They've got to try and catch more here. See if they can find Zai. He's able to juke it out into the trees, trying for the TP, but Boxy's got the vision. They'll stun him up at mid one. He's going to come over and start to help maybe. Boxy has got the BKB, but indeed the cast strike is going to hit the two of them. Mid one, he walked into it, but he has the BKB. Goes into the trees. BKB TP out. Will keep himself. Zai, of course, still alive. Finally, Mickey will jump in to clean him up. Zai now the one to be dead without buyback once again. 85 seconds, no Zai.
Man, these fights are just so chaotic.
Alliance, they're gonna push back. They're gonna try their best. They have got the ghost exorcisms available, but 3 heroes without buyback on Alliance.
They have to force this issue, though. They know Zai does not have buyback. He bought back for the last fight. They have to try to do something here, as Zai's been providing quite a lot for his team.
Mid-one's got a lot of money. Ideally, he's got to try and get out and spend it, but it's going to be hard for him to find the chance to. He's got 8,000 gold. I mean, at the least, right, you're in the base. You buy the recipe for the Ags, you swallow it up as the brood, and you pick yourself another item, right?
He's just saving for the buyback. That's probably the
But he's got
main thing
enough.
that's focused on his head, though.
He's got to surely, you're in base, upgrade the Ags, buy yourself a sick fighter. He's got 8,000 gold. You got to spend it, right?
It's chaos at the moment.
It is chaos. It is chaos.
time.
At the moment, with his teams as Alliance, hard committing here to try and finish off this final set of ranks in the middle lane. And they'll get it. They'll get the melee. They'll turn towards the range with the ghost still out. Puppy's going to leave forward. Curse Ground's out. Boxy Pot the BKB. They'll get the final racks. They'll get the mega creeps. Now they've got to make sure that they don't have any casualties. Jump in. Tiger. He's on top of Mid-one. Mid-one's like the side. Mid-one's dead. They'll get the kill. There's the buyback from the Spider. Mid-one straight back in. See if they can chase down these kills in Alliance. Tiger has fallen. Alliance, they may have got megas, but they cannot afford to die. They don't have buybacks. Coin's gone. They're chasing for more. Secret. They've found Insania. Insania's hexed up. They may have got the megas, but that's 2 heroes dead for over 80 seconds.
You see the Desolator bought by Nisha. They're ready. They're ready to push
Buy
it
an Necro book mid-one. Get someone else for the push.
He's got to buy something.
You got. I mean, maybe he's like, I don't need to, boys. We're 13-2 and 6. I knew we won this one all along. He's playing it as cool as ever, mid-one.
Hex coming out.
And he doesn't look Hex. We'll get that fixed. He's strapped the sword.
The sword's on his back now.
I mean, that looked kind of cool. That should actually be a feature.
Wow, that actually looks awesome.
Is it meant to look like that? If it didn't, it should.
I mean, look at that. He's got
it on his back.
On his back.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
I like that. Well, yeah, intended.
Look at this Nisha with that Deso. They're looking to end it too.
I mean, they know.
It's not available.
Secret's got it, right?
They
You
got to
hit
put a
the
lot of pressure
ancient-
on.
Where's the creeps at?
Mickey's looking to just keep cutting them here. He walks behind that mid creep wave and he does everything to get it, but the damage is coming through. It's too much.
They've got it. They've got it.
Oh
Secret has got it.
God.
It's over.
Holy.
So as we're saying,
Broodmother.
outdraft, easy game for Secret. As we
What?
said, Alliance,
Oh my
what
God.
a fight they put up. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. We said it. Those late game mistakes could cost them the game. But you have to give hats off to. I mean, both teams there playing it. What
Ladies
a way
and
to
gentlemen,
start.
welcome to day 1, game 1. This is TI Dota that you guys are watching. And if you're an Alliance fan, I'm sure you were sweating bullets that entire time. But Secret, they're too strong. But don't worry, it's a 2-game series. We may come back soon. But for right now, we're going to pop on over to Stream B. Team Liquid going up against Newbie. And we're looking like this might be another upset, though. Hopefully, Newbie may be able to wrap it up unlike Alliance. Let's take a look.
Looks like the map control play is what Newbie are leaning toward right now.
Yeah, CCNC's got the bottom.
So that's fine.
UI can jump around. They already got a little bit of extra chip damage, so it's down to half life.
Yep.
On the bottom tier 3.
Liquid are very cornered right now. It's very hard for them to find any opening on the map. You're already playing with these low mobility heroes. You've used up your smokes, and the enemy team just has lives on you. They have buybacks. You don't. It's tricky. You kind of have to play defense.
Doesn't Newbie still need to force it, though? Like, you're 3 minutes in, you've got buybacks as your advantage. You know that Team Liquid don't have that second life.
You could technically hope for an early Roche, and then you will have Aegis, Cheese, Refresher, or Ags, or whatever, or all, before Liquid are able to get their buybacks back online. How long is it? 3.5? Okay, that's pretty unlikely.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty unlikely.
It's such a long time, but they're at least ripping through the creep waves. Arrow flies forwards, a little too short. Now Miracle jumps in, looking for their own target, trying to bring down Sven. They're able to do so, dead for 100 seconds, and they want an extra chase. The Roar over an Ancient Apparition, looking for the supports. The arrows tanked up by the BKBs. Now the double buybacks will arrive. Team Liquid just want to get back into their home, back into their base, but they just can't do it. The Ravage from snaking clipped them all. 2 minutes down for such a long time on Miracle. Let all the stuns go you want, but without the buybacks, without the lives, this is what Newbie wanted. A small opportunity to just try and take the rest of this base. A triple kill for CCNC. He wants the Ultra. He's looking towards Weehar and he'll claim him. The arrow flies forward. MSS will steal it, but that is GG. Newbie, they will be patient and take game 1 here in this 2-game series against Team Liquid.
That's a nice game to start us off. I like that game.
Yeah.
It's good. A couple of things to talk about, obviously, in this game. The
What's up,
Optimus pick,
guys? I'm
as we
back.
said,
That was really quick, but it was exciting nonetheless. But that's the beauty of the multicast. We're going to take you to the last game remaining. It's Stream D, Keen Gaming versus TNC.
Blinking in with the Nullify, he broke the Lincolns. Trying to get those right clicks in. Doesn't quite have the damage with the Arc Warden, and he will lose his Tempest double. Still, permanent damage dealt to this tier 3 tower.
A level 25 Mirana. What a zoning tool. Yeah. They can keep doing this. If the lanes are pushed in, she uses the arrow for the vision. They need to reposition themselves, and then they just deal the damage to the towers.
Slow and steady.
We have
TNC.
3 hearts in this game.
Well, everyone likes Pink Tanky, I guess. Tonka with a Hex queued up. I mean, you talk about getting items to combo with the Grimstroke. That's one of, well, that is the best.
Grimstroke also has one queued up.
TNC's lineup is scaling in all roles, and once again,
Bottom lane being pushed in.
doesn't look like Arc One was going to commit to it. His double did, where has another one if he wants to send it down there. It is a melee Rax, and I think right now King Gaming very focused on Roshan, so this bottom melee Rax.
That's a lot of spark rates in the Roche pit.
Oh yeah, I know what that
We've
means.
seen that before when
Yeah.
Miracle played it, but he had Arcane Rune, right?
Yes, he did. So maybe not quite the same outcome. Goes in looking again. The lift is there. That's going to save the Ember's life. These Tempest doubles, so obnoxious to play into. I mean, you get gold for them at least, but I don't know. It doesn't feel good to get 300 gold at this stage of the game. Because you're just constantly on the back foot. It doesn't matter. It's not about the gold here. It's just about where you're forced to play on the map. And as a result, TNC, this is a free Roshan.
That's Cheese and Aegis. Arc Warden is running out of slots.
Yeah.
I mean, he can still buy Moon Shard, Aghanim Scepter.
What is the Arc Warden Aghanim Scepter?
He
Grants a
spawns a
new
rune.
ability, Rune Forge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's potentially pretty good. Oh, it's
If you get double damage or if you get
Arcane
Arcane
Rune?
Rune, it's so good.
yeah.
On certain heroes, Illusion Rune can be extremely good as well.
Definitely doesn't sound too shabby. But you're not going to buy an Ag Scepter for sure.
Well, he's gonna buy it eventually if this game frags.
that's true. You get infinite gold. And they're just going in. They're looking to hit some buildings here. They're zoning with the arrows as well as the Ghost Ship. It's literally just zone King Gaming away by throwing these spells, hitting arrows. They're going to hit these arrows. Mirana falls up. They're not really looking to commit on this one. I think they know it's much more important to take the objectives, and they are taking the racks here, but Tonka needs to be careful. Has got the Aegis, the Force Staff's keeping him alive. The Bash is going to hit on the Bristleback, but they don't really want to leave their base here. And it's a tier 3 tower plus range racks. And it looks like Arc 1 is sending himself or his double down bottom. Yeah, he's sending his double in to go for the backdoor play down bottom. So while all this distraction happens up top, it does look like bottom melee racks. Can they kill it off? He's got BKB now. I love this pickup just to make sure they can take some of these objectives. It's going to be close. I think they've got the damage for it.
He's got
Melee
more than
Rex goes
enough,
down.
and on the top lane,
Oh, they got
another one's going down.
Yeah. Death by 1,000 cuts. TNC don't care about taking the kills. They would take them if they came to them, but King Gaming so annoying with their high ground defense, and TNC are just finding ways to bit by bit break their base.
Another arrow on Ember Spirit.
They're so disciplined. Like, they hit these arrows, but they're never following it up and overcommitting for kills.
They can just play this slowly. They don't have to risk anything at this point. You can always go in. There's no burst damage on the side of Keen Gaming. There's not enough stuns to keep them in place, so they can go in. BKBs are down to 6 and 5 seconds. Bristleback and Kanka can just go in, hit the tower. Arc Warden as well. Repeat every single time they're up.
Well, Timbersaw has an Octarine Core. I accept it queued up as well, so there will be more damage coming out, but it still feels like there's
just going to be constant problems, not having quite enough damage, and also just not being able to deal with every single lane being pushed in. And I guess the good news is, once you're down to your tier 4s, they can't split push you anymore. You just stand at your tier 4s. There was a relic destroyed. Is that a rapier? Oh no, it's a nullifier. Lifesteal had queued up.
Well, at least you know from which side they're gonna enter. It's gonna be mid, so you can prepare for defending the mid lane.
Well, you say that. Watch some like Spark Wraiths, Tempest Doubles go in bottom or top for the tier 4 towers.
They have a sentry.
Yeah. They do see him coming, but I mean, at this point, Arc Warden just seems keen on using this BKB to take objectives. We'll see if that's going to continue to be the plan or not. Arrows and Torrents, they are just looking to force these towers here. Arrows continue to go flying out here, and it's going to be Mirana leaping on forward. Didn't quite have the damage to kill off the Rubik, who did get kept alive with the Grimstroke, the Glimmer Cape. And the arrows just continue to go flying, and it's going to be a tier 3 tower looking to be claimed here. Timbersaw getting so incredibly low. The Ember Force to buy back. The Ice Blast is going to land on 2, but the damage just isn't really there. They're kiting them with these 4-stars, and there's just nothing King Gaming can do. They just can't keep these heroes in place. They're falling one by one, forcing out these buybacks. 3 buybacks used already, and TNC may just say, let's just you know, re-engage, reset a little bit, but they're being chased after here. I think King Gaming feel now it's now or never here. The arrows going flying up, forcing them to kind of disperse. It's so hard to chase when these arrows are just flying at you. Arc Warden will throw in one last Tempest Double. This one maybe just going to feed away some gold. The arrows again going flying. Doesn't latch on anyone. The leash, though, is there. Soul Binding 2 together. Mirana's gone leaping in with the double Starstorm. Doesn't quite kill the Rubik here. Lifestealer still leashed. Will get the rage away. And with Rubik dead for 100 plus seconds.
No buyback on Rubik.
Whew, not looking good. Timbersaw pulled back in. He's got no buyback as well. And this is looking like the end for King Gaming. A cleave from the Kunkka. Slices through the Lifestealer's life. And it's GG. 53 minutes. King Gaming. They fought hard and long. They were so resilient, but it's TNC. Late game Arc Warden.
Yeah, I love the patience from
TNC coming out on top. It's your boy Tsunami back again. Things are happening fast around here, and Arc Warden seems to be the hero of the tournament. I'm calling it now. All your predictions are wrong, but it's all good. We can take a look at the other active game right now. It's LGD versus Chaos, Game 2. Let's take a look at that draft.
Viewers at home, he was literally just spamming